Hello everyone and welcome into Edenton Steamers baseball here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. The Steamers on the road tonight to play the Fungo as they try to avoid losing 4 straight. I'm Ray Dunn. I'll be taking you through all the action tonight, and to my right, back by popular request, they wanted to just throw me out of the booth altogether and hand the keys to him, but you know what, we brought him in anyways. Adam Fine, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, Ray. Good to be back. Well, I don't even know about that. I mean, you're quite the broadcaster yourself, so we're just glad to be along.
Adam, we want to know, how's the knee doing? How you feeling?
Well, we're in this big cast right now. It's not too comfortable, but getting to sit down and watch the game from a nice seat rather than in the dugout, I guess I could put up with it a little bit.
Yeah, all right. I mean, any way to stay involved here and get yourself going. So we got you for the rest of the summer now, so we're going to be hanging out with you. You got a little bit more insight on this locker room, this team. You gave us a lot the first time Steamers played the Fungo, so a little full circle for us. You had the Fungo game, now first day back on the road against the Fungo. Talking about this team, specifically those Steamers lost 3 in a row, 3 straight home games as well, 3 in 2 nights. Last night against the Pilots, that's always a tough one for this team. You always like to come out on top against Peninsula. A tough game. I know you were tuned in for some of it. Some takeaways from this team as they begin to look forward past that game.
Well, they didn't play too bad. They were just a little inconsistent. Couldn't get the big hit. A lot of bases loaded. They stranded bases loaded a couple times and just didn't get that big hit. But they hung in there. Peninsula has a really good bullpen, so you know I think the Steamers can have a good shot the next time when we go to Peninsula. But it was just one of those games where it just couldn't get the big hit to pull away.
Absolutely. They lose that game 7-4 last night at historic Hicks Field. Now on the road today, Heritage High School's field. Daniel Brandon getting the start, the left-hander from West Virginia State. A 2.70 ERA thus far, 3 games, 1 start, 6 2/3 innings pitched thus far. And the big game for him was the start against Morehead City last week. Only 1 run. That was an unearned run in 4 innings. Did a really good job working out of jams and getting the Steamers ahead early and end up winning that game 3-1 over another Coastal Plain League foe. When you look at Daniel Brandon, as a pitcher, soft thrower, induces a lot of contact. As the guy in the locker room, how do you guys really rally around him when he starts?
Well, everyone loves Scotty. Scotty Too Hotty, Wide Body Scotty, whatever you want to call him. Everyone really really rallies around him. And the start against Morehead City really boosted everyone's morale in the clubhouse for sure.
Yeah, so for Daniel Brandon, coming into this summer, the spring he spent as a weekend starter for West Virginia State, 5-0 record, a 2.75 ERA. So he's already lower than his ERA from this. I like the jump of the eyes there.
Yeah,
what makes you jump the eyes there?
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know his college stats were that good. I only knew him as the Scotty the Steamer. But I'm not surprised, I tell you that. He's quite the lefty pitcher for this Steamer rotation.
Absolutely, and tonight he'll be opposed by Bryson Marshall on the mound for the Fungo. We'll see him when the 2 teams take the field later on. Again, we're just doing a little pregame report here. Let's take a look at this lineup for the Steamers. Chase Bruno leading off last night. First pitch of the game, solo home run over the Teal Monster. You can't ask for much more than that.
Big fly.
Big fly from him, and the guy who's been the hottest on this roster, Hunter Cole, batting second. And what have you seen? I know you've been watching from afar from Hunter Cole, his approach at the plate. What do you think works for him so well?
Well, he's just figured out his timing. It's just that simple. He didn't really play. He didn't play a spring season, so he's out of at bats like a lot of other players in this team. And it took him a little bit to get going, like it should any player who's been out of the game a little bit. And now he's found his timing, and I'm not surprised to see him play the way he has lately.
In the 3-hole, Anthony Stalin, the shortstop. He's been a mainstay at shortstop, and in that 3-hole, Ian Jenkins, designated hitter, batting 4th. And your time in the clubhouse and Jenkins' time in the clubhouse was kind of almost 2 ships passing in the night. You seemed to get a ton of time together, but as a hitter for him, what have you seen from him, and what do you expect from him as a player?
Well, I haven't watched many of his BP rounds, but you don't need to watch many to understand that he's got some pop. When we were at Tarboro, it's kind of a smallerish field, and he was making it look way smaller than that. Just blasting balls to right, to center, to left, and he can do that in the game too.
Going down the lineup then, Joe Haney, the left fielder, batting 5th. Jackson Hipp in center field, batting 6th. Josh Pernetti getting the start at first base, batting 7th. Jacob Bisharat, the catcher, wearing your number 13 now, batting 8th, and Brian Hama, the third baseman, batting 9th. Going up and down this order, anyone we didn't quite highlight there that you want to quick shine some light on, or anything you see in this lineup that you really like?
Well, I was going to go back to Chase Bruno. That at-bat to start last night's ball game was big time. I mean, when a CPL team, Coastal Plains League team, especially Peninsula, our rival, comes into town and you start off the game with a big fly on the first pitch, that really shook him up a little bit, and he's been a really big presence at a leadoff spot. Not the biggest guy, but he gets it done at the plate and in the field too.
Absolutely. Bruno and Stadlin up the middle is an almost unbeatable force. Those two middle infielders, Bruno, I mean, last night makes a catch almost in left center field coming over from the second base position. Lots to like defensively for this team. The bats, they're going to get going. At some point, a couple of rough games here in a row. Great chance to do it tonight here in Wake Forest. Final takeaway for us before we wrap up this pregame report, Adam?
It's just a good opportunity to get back on track before we head on to our big fireworks night on Friday.
Absolutely. The Greenbrier Knights come to town Friday night for some fireworks, but the task ahead of the Steamers tonight is the Wake Forest Fungo. Daniel Brandon on the mound, the left-hander from West Virginia State University. He's Adam Fine. I'm Ray Dunn. We'll be back with you in a couple minutes for the start of this game. Steamers looking to end a losing streak here in Wake Forest. Hello, everyone, and welcome onto the campus of Heritage High School. The Steamers and Fungo getting ready to go in a Premier Collegiate League intra-division matchup. I'm Ray Dunn. Adam Fine to the right of me. We'll be taking you through all of the action here tonight. Steamers trying to break a 3-game losing skid, currently sitting at 7-7 on the season. The Fungo 9-8. Steamers 4-5 in the PCL East. Fungo 8-5 in the PCL West. This game not counting for those division standings, but definitely counting for that intra-league play. Chase Bruno getting a start, and the first pitch from Bryson Marshall up and in, 1-0.
You know, Ray, I like this view. You get to see kind of how the fastball works and the action with the pitches here. That fastball had a little run to it right there.
Yeah, you're going to be able to see somewhat of what they actually go through. I mean, you see this when you play. That one's in for a strike. For those at home and for people like me who haven't grabbed a bat, and we'll not go there about how many years it's been, but it's good to see what you guys are seeing on the field. 1-1. It's movement to 1-2.
Good two-strike hitter, Bruno. I expect him to put something in play here.
As Marshall Wine kicks and the 1-2. One's low, and whether this is good or bad, we're going to be able to see really where these balls are going to land in the zone. You know, up in the press box, we're up to the left a little bit. We're blocked a bit. Here we got a better view. 2-2. Had some nice movement to it. Just
good eye there
zone.
by Bruno. Yeah, we'll be able to tell our assistant coach Brett Folk if he should have some choice words for the umpire or not. That can be relayed on us.
And the 3-2. Popped into the air. Shallow left. Shortstop settling in and making the catch. Not the prettiest, but gets the job done. One away.
Never a doubt, never a doubt.
Hunter Cole coming to bat. Right fielder. Been on a tear as of late. He and Ian Jenkins going back and forth in terms of who leads this team in on-base percentage. Right now, Hunter Cole hitting .333, a .456 on-base percentage. And the first pitch to him. I think they're going to be worth our proximity to the field. You might be able to hear a little bit of how the dugouts react to every pitch.
Yeah, you hear chatter on both sides.
Okay. Saying that check swing went through 0-2.
Got a smile there from Anthony Stalin. I'm not sure if he agreed with the call there.
2. This one into the air. Keeping it 0-2. It does look only 2 umpires here, so a bit of a different look from our games over historic Hicks, usually staffed with 3. The 0-2 is popped in the air over us and out of play. So definitely changed up the, I would say, environment for the umpires with only 2, how they're going to go about making calls, managing this game. 1-2, and it looks like this fastball's got a little run. It's going to go away from lefties into righties. As a right-handed batter, what are you looking for in that?
I'm just trying to get the barrel head out, really. Bruno got his hands caught inside a little bit, and that kind of led to the pop-up. But if he was able to, I mean, it's much easier said than done, but if he keep his hands out in front a little bit more, he might have had something down the line.
It's always tough first batter to see this pitcher. You're not seeing this team a lot. You know, it's not the Greenbriers, Tarborough's league where you're going to see the pitchers multiple times a year. You might only see him once. As Cole ground this one to first, and he will be retired. 2 away.
Yeah, Hunter Cole always makes it a tough play for the first baseman there. A lot of lefties can get infield hits like that. Hunter especially being one of the fastest kid, if not the fastest kid on this team.
Yes, I think you would have had something to say about that if we said this on the broadcast a couple of weeks ago.
Well, you know, me and this knee brace, I don't think so anymore. So I'll give it to Hunter for now.
Yeah. Anthony Stalin coming to bat. Stalin coming in the game hitting .302, .412 on base percentage. Lines this one. That one's going off the glove of the third baseman and down the left field line. He's around first base. He's going to pull into second standing up. I don't have Johnny Barrow next to me to relay the way they're going to score that one, so we'll give him credit for a double here.
Oh, that's a for sure double. I mean, he smoked that ball. I love Anthony Stalin pushing the issue there, getting to second base, getting into scoring position for Ian Jenkins, another hot hitter.
As Jenkins hitting .414, .451 on base percentage, 6 runs batted in, 31 plate appearances, showing up late but quickly establishing himself at the top of this order.
Bum Jenkins, I'm looking for a hanging breaking ball right here.
First pitch to him.
There you go.
Breaking ball up, 1-0.
To a 4-hitter, and after you give up a double off your fastball, that's a pitch pitchers really like to go to there.
See what he goes to now. Down the count 1-0. Looking back at Stalen. Now coming home. One bouncing in there. 2-0.
Now, Ray, we got a big backstop back here. I'm not sure how much that affects certain pitchers and with throwing stuff in the dirt on off-speed, with off-speed pitches, but it's going to be quite interesting later on in this game.
Marshall's 2-0. In there for a strike. And when you fall behind to the four-hole hitters, Jenkins and the dugout not enjoying that call, fall behind the four hitter with space over there at first. Do you ever consider not being as aggressive when you have two away and that open base?
Oh, for sure. You definitely don't want to walk him, but if you can pitch around him, as they say.
As this ball gets away, and we mentioned the deep backstop, Stalen taking a healthy turn around third and returning. And now we'll get to the point here. It's 3-1. It's Ian Jenkins, who is arguably the best hitter on this team. How likely are you to try and get something in the zone? Are you just trying to get him to fish?
I tell you what, I'd be very surprised if I saw a fastball on this pitch right here. And if so, I assume it's going to be far out of the zone.
3-1. And that one out of the zone. Jenkins is walked. Runners on the corners with two away for Joe Haney.
Now, it is summer ball. However, I would not be surprised to see Jenkins pull off a little something silly over there at first, trying to get Anthony Stalen in. Because it's very important, having a losing streak, it's very important to get that first run across in the first inning.
Absolutely.
Big momentum swing.
Interesting to see with Jenkins with the knee what he's able to pull off. Been some instances where he's not been run as well as this one. Low to start Haney. Haney, 4 hits thus far this summer. He's the only steamer, more walks than strikeouts to this point. Distinction that he was teetering with last night. Strikeout, walk, and then, walk, then strikeout.
Yeah, he kept you on your toes last night. I was listening to you. You were all, a little bit all over the place there.
I love the statistical intricacies here, Anytime we can find something that's a little unique, we need to bring it out. 1-0 to him's in there first strike, 1-1.
That's very impressive for a freshman to come in and have that stat, especially. We have freshmen with pop, freshmen with, the raw tools of the game, but to have that type of stat really shows the discipline he's way ahead of his years with.
The 1-1 to him. It's in there first strike, 1-2. Another interesting stat on him. All 4 of his hits thus far, doubles.
Yeah, he likes that right center gap. Loves to get the barrel head out and just pepper that right center gap.
Down the count 1-2 right now. Marshall looking over at first base. His 1-2 offering, a swing, a miss, the ball in the dirt, tagged out. And that will do it. Steamers put runners in the corners with 2 away, unable to bring them home. We head to the bottom half of the first inning from Heritage High School out in Wake Forest. You were tuned in to the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. It's the Wake Forest Fungo playing host to your Edenton Steamers here in the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Ray Dunn, Adam Fine, sitting with me in our makeshift booth this evening. We're right behind the fence, so obviously your view is a little obscured back there at home. We tried to give you as best we could in terms of looks, but
Yeah, sorry about the fence. This isn't a historic Hicks field, but it'll do for tonight.
oh, absolutely will do for tonight. As Daniel Brandon getting ready to get going on the mound, the left-hander. We're going to be facing Thomas Fox, the second baseman for this Fungo team. First pitch in there for a strike.
And you can hear it, hopefully, from the Steamers dugout. They love to get Scotty riled up. A lot of reaction on that strike call right there.
His reaction getting out of that first inning against Moorhead City last week was electric. This is 0-1 in their first strike, pound the zone, 0-2. He just came off the field, just let's go, yelling from the press box. You know, you're getting me a little like hyped up, and I'm nowhere near. I couldn't even hear what he was saying. I just saw from the body language. And so 2 is fouled over the dugout. Steamers on that first base side.
You know, that surprised me to hear because in the clubhouse, during BP and just hanging out, Scotty's got to be the quietest, most laid-back, easygoing guy you'll ever meet. So he's got an alter ego when he's up there on the mound, and I love it.
You need that dog mentality as a pitcher.
Of course.
There's 0-2. Missed. 1-2. And that hat coming off is trademark him pitching. Told that's just happened his entire life. I thought it was my fault because I gave out the hats. I thought it was a size thing. I thought I had screwed that one up. I thought that was my bad. Turns out, it's just been his whole life. 1-2. Break ball up and away. 2-2.
Yeah, I guess it's all part of the plan. And listen, it adds flavor. So as a pitcher, you need a little flavor up there. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever.
County unit 2, Brandon. This one foul back, catching face mask of the umpire. Kick it back towards the fence near us. And which one of us do you think is going to be the first one to flinch tonight? The foul ball coming back.
To be honest, I think it's me.
Right.
You know, I've been out of it a little bit. You know, you're in the booth every night, so I think I'm in for a little treat tonight, but we'll see.
Sounds good. I'm more than happy to be the one that keeps it together as the foul ball comes back. The 2-2, grounded, foul, third base side. Thomas Fox working the count. I really thought you were going to answer me as the one. You know, I'm not the athlete in the booth.
Well, Ray, you know, I look up to you. You know, you're the broadcast veteran. You know, so.
Not the veteran baseball's coming at me though. So
well, I guess, but.
2-2 pitch.
Listen, I'm used to the outfield. You know, it takes a while for it to get out there. It gives me some time to figure it all out. So. This view is a little different.
3-2 now. Daniel Brandon was ahead 0-2. Thomas Fox going to work back, get himself on base with a leadoff walk. And walks were a point of trouble last evening for the Steamers pitching staff. They walked 10 batters. 4 of those batters came around to score. Obviously, difference in the game 7-4. Take away from those 4 runs. You know, you can't perfectly do that, remove it from the game. It's all situational, but those 10 walks matched the Steamers' previous 4-game total in walks. So 10 in the game, 4 games before that, 10 last night. As that pitch misses, 1-0.
Well, when it comes to walks, obviously the run differential, and that can feel tough, and it kind of leads to pitchers being in a jam, but also it has an effect on the fielders too, because especially in the outfield when you get all lonely out there, I can attest. Seeing walks one after another can get you a little boring and get your feet a little tight, and you lose your little pep in your step than you would if you're hopping right off the mound, you know, 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but it can affect the fielders too more than you think.
Absolutely. 2-0 now. Josh Hoffman, the center fielder, in the bat, and that one just missed it. 3-0. So after getting 0-2, a couple of foul balls from Fox, really worked the count, able to get himself back now. 3 straight balls. This one sent to left field. Couple of steps over. Catch made, 1 away.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to the Fungo here. They put out 2 good at-bats together. Fouling off pitches, really making Scotty work. Not going to be easy up there for him tonight.
It's Joe Haney out there at left making the catch. Absolutely not going to make it easy. Did look like Brandon in the Morehead City game, as he got going through the innings, he got more comfortable, got into a bit of a rhythm. First inning wasn't the easiest of rides for him. He was able to get himself out of it. Now the first pitch here, this nubbed foul.
And the Marlins are a good team too, so very impressive for Scotty to minimize in his one inning where he wasn't in such a rhythm, and then to just roll with it as he went on.
Yeah, I mean, those last 2 seasons they've played, they've been back-to-back Coastal Plain League champs. That's not a joke of Ross by any means. As Brandon over to first. Fox just getting back with the dive. It's Tristan Marsh down 0-1 in the count. The third baseman for this Fungo team. Brandon's 0-1 in there, 0-2.
I don't know if it's a coincidence, Ray, but whenever his hat comes off, you hear the biggest reaction out of the Steamer dugout.
That's just a guy that's exuding effort. I think it's just it's the optic right there.
You can tell they love it too.
0-2 from Brandon. Ground ball to third. Hama over to second to Bruno. That's 1. Throw to first is not in time. Able to get the lead man. 2 away now. Marshall settling over there at first base.
Nice play there by Hama. That's a tougher play than it looks thrown across there, especially when not much time, wasn't hit that hard.
Right, and it's part of the shuffling of the deck here. You know, a lot of guys getting different looks at third base. We've seen Bisharot there, we've seen Hare there, we've seen Hama there. Hama himself, more of a middle infielder, that's where he's been used to. So he's getting a chance to show his stuff there. And
even our temporary center fielder, Aaron Copeland, that's where he played all last season. And
yes.
won a gold glove there, so got a lot of versatility on this team.
Yes. Hogan Stallings, the designated hitter, up to bat as Daniel Brandon taking exception to Marsh's lead over there at first, and now throwing over.
He's really disrupting the timing. That's 2 plays where the Fungo did not look like they were expecting a pickoff there. If you just put the throw a little bit more on the money, we might have something there.
This first pitch going high, 1-0. This might be the closest we get to the ump cams that they had at the College World Series.
Yeah, except with the fence and about a good 30 feet maybe.
And the ump being in the way.
Yeah.
Instead of the ump being the pretty much camera tripod for us.
Yeah, but you know, it's a Tidewater League. We do what we can around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon's 2-0. This one hit deep to right field. Cole going back, looking up, and this one is gone. A 2-run home run for Hogan Stallings, and the Fungo have taken an early lead in this one, 2-0 over the Steamers in the bottom half of the first inning. That's just a solid piece of contact.
Yeah, I mean, he just crushed that. There's really no other way to say it. Tough pitch. It's early. Scotty will find his groove.
Stallings been the engine that drives this offense for the majority of the season for the Fungo. Like every time you log on Twitter, look at their account, tweeting about Hogan Stallings. He's been 4-hole hitter. And proven why right there.
Yeah, Hunter Cole didn't run much back to go get that one. He kind of knew it as the ball was hit right there.
0-1 right here. Caleb Fluno, the first baseman, up to bat.
Good start there by Scotty. The first pitch after you give up a home run is the most important pitch of the entire inning. So
he's missing 1-1. He told me that Morehead City game, it was Sean Jackson who hit a ball that looked like it was gone. Everyone kind of accepted it was gone. This one ground foul, 1-2. And he did not look at the ball. He was just so focused in. He said he wanted the ball back. He wanted to think about what he was doing for the next pitch. The ball ends up being caught at the wall by Hunter Cole in left field, which I don't even think Hunter Cole believed that ball was staying in the ball yard. Everyone kind of thought there was the bat flip. And Daniel Brand just wanted the ball back. He just wanted to focus in. You kind of see that same mentality there. Just focus in, control what you can control. Is this one, Sky to center field. Jackson Hip manning center field tonight. Out there, makes the catch to set down the Fungo, but not before a 2-run home run from Hogan Stallings gives Wake Forest an early advantage over the Steamers. It's 2-0 as we head to the second inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School as the Steamers trail the Wake Forest Fungo 2-0. As we start this second inning, I'm Ray Dunn, joined by Adam Fine, and this is the booth you got going forward. I'm excited.
You know, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you and me, would we say PB&J? Were you jelly?
No, I was peanut butter.
Oh, you were peanut butter?
It's a good start for the two of us. We're not on the same page on that one. It's okay. We'll be on the same page about the game, and we'll be on the same page about Jackson Hip, who's stepping up to bat right now. Hip hitting .229 this summer, .325 on base percentage. Had a run batted in last night. He's up to 3 on the summer. The outfielder from Brown, occupying your old spot in center field tonight. It's been something he's been talking about over the last couple of weeks, how he wants to try and really get into playing center field. As fouls this first pitch off.
Yeah, I talked to Hip in the locker room today a little bit. He was talking about the kind of the differences of seeing it off the bat. Kind of the straightaway view can be tough sometimes because you don't see it for the first second or two, rather than when you do in left and right. And the backdrop, of course, is also kind of so certain fields are different. It can be tough, so it's a little bit of an adjustment.
0-1 to him, adds a bite to it. 0-2.
That curveball's found the zone a lot so far. He's going to start. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts pitching backwards a little bit and starting off a lot of hitters with that pitch.
0-2. There it is again. He swings and misses. He is struck out to start this second inning. Second strikeout for Bryson Marshall. And Josh Pernetti coming to the dish now. Pernetti, 4 hits on the summer, 2 of them home runs, 6 RBIs.
I tell you what, those 2 hits might have combined for over 800 feet.
Oh, absolutely. Not cheap home runs. Let's see. Checks the swing, goes through it. 0-1. Ball bouncing. And as you're getting back to the dugout, talking about seeing a pitch like this, what are you giving advice to the guys on how to approach a guy who's got a curveball like this and is able to really keep you off balance?
Well, I mean, it's always tough. I'd say just make sure to hunt the fastball. It proved to you that he can throw the curveball for a strike, because he has, but right there in the dirt.
Ground ball right back to Marshall. Throws over to first and sets Pernetti down. 2 away quickly.
But going back to your approach there, he still isn't throwing the curveball. He hasn't started counts with the curveball yet, so you want to wait till you see that consistently until you start adjusting to hitting the curveball early in the count rather than the fastball. So when it comes to that, you can see Pernetti hit the fastball hard there. Just a little unlucky, but still hunting the fastball.
Now, Pernetti, a catcher on this roster. 3 of them active now. Again, we mentioned on last night's broadcast, Alan Brown now out with a concussion. Jacob Bishrott, the newest addition to the team, a catcher and catching tonight. Quickly down the count, 0-2.
Fisher rocking my jersey. Fills it out a little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say a little bigger than me. No, I'm just kidding. He is got to have, I don't know, 60-plus pounds on me and some height.
As the 0-2 to him, runs inside, 1 and 2. And yeah, we had debated, you know, do we tell Fine that he might have to be a medium-sized jersey? The 13 is the last large-size jersey. This is all preseason stuff, you know. There's a lot of work that goes into it right before the season starts.
Well, listen, I have very baggy pants. I'm not sure how the Steamer fans liked that, but Fisher makes it look a little better.
Fisherot, foul tip into the glove, struck out. Steamers go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second inning. We'll come back as the Fungo come to bat, equipped with a 2-0 lead here at Heritage High School on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back. Ray Dunn with Adam Fine. Bottom of the second inning coming up. Wake Forest Fungo leading Steamers 2-0. Before we get back to baseball, we want to let you know that the new 2021 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at Historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. A little bit of a different feel than Historic Hicks Field, as we gave it a little mention there in the ad. No music, certainly no Tommy Bass, so nobody rocking the PA mic. How do you kind of build your energy as a team going into this environment?
It's really tough. It all kind of starts with pregame, you know, just joking around and keeping everything loose, and then it all rallies around the big hit, the big pitch, the first hit in the inning. So really setting the tone, and then you can just build off that because energy is very contagious. So the leadoff hitter in each inning is more important here than they are at Historic Hicks Field, per se.
That's a former leadoff hitter saying it himself as Bobby Nixon drilling this ball foul off the top of the hill in left field.
That's a loud strike right there.
Yeah, that is one that you're going to go back and think about. He'll think about it for a while. In the scorebook, it'll just go down as another pitch.
Yeah, as the opposing dugout there, we love to say, strike one.
Yeah.
You know, to remind him that, didn't go over the fence. When the other dugout, they hit it, they can get a little googly eyed at those sorts of things.
He was well out in front of that pitch, thinking about what he could do with the pitch before, and now down the count 1-2. So.
Yeah, Scotty knows what he's doing. He has not thrown that fastball inside again.
Nixon, the left fielder, down the count. Brandon's pitch, fouled once again. So one very long foul ball, two pretty much cue shots since.
Yeah, if I'm Scotty right here, I'm sticking with the curveball here. Just run it back door. The worst he's going to do is poke it the other way, and I don't even think he would have the ability for that. Maybe a rollover to Anthony Stalin. Get to see a nice play, a little web gem.
I'm all for the web gems. We've seen a couple of web gems up the middle. Bruno's made a couple of good plays. Sam's made a couple of good plays. Hama, when he's up in the middle, has made a couple of really good plays.
I think the web gems really just come from two guys, Hip and Bruno. Those are the king of the web gems so far this season.
1-2 Nixon, a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and there's one away. Yeah, that Goodman Glove Award is going to be well contested between Hip and Bruno. But Hip, I mean, he's made a routine of diving for baseballs and coming down with them.
Yeah, I'm almost scared that we're going to get so accustomed to Hip making those sliding catches that we're just going to be desensitized at that point.
Yes. Try and give it a punch every time he makes one of those diving plays. A couple of times it's been tough. He's made it down the right field line. I can't even see him.
Well, it's also huge when the fans go crazy. That really reminds everybody. So in a game like this, you might go a little under the radar, but we'll still make sure to shout you out, Hip, if you're listening to the recording after the game.
Jake Brown, the catcher up to bat, ahead at 1-0 in the count. Brandon's pitch. Missing outside, 2-0.
Yeah, Scotty's serving up a steady diet of a lot of off-speed today. That's what you got to do as a soft lefty, and he is really effective with it. You can command the changeup and the curveball. It makes the fastball feel a lot faster.
The 2-0 is in there for strike 2-1. Brandon's pitch is ground to third. Hama's got it. Firing across the diamond. Pernetti going to place the tag, coming off the bag to grab that ball. Interesting way to make that out, but nonetheless, the out is made.
Hey, maybe a little unnecessary, but, gets the job done, I guess. You even got there were some giggles over there from the Fungo dugout. I don't think they want to mess with Pernetti. I mean, I don't want to mess with Pernetti.
Big dude.
Big dude.
Absolutely big dude. Got a chance to play first base this evening. First time over there this season. Strictly a catcher before. Will Gramble, the right fielder, now up. Pitch in there for a strike. 0-1.
Good start by Scotty. He's got a high percentage of those curveballs dropping in first pitch strikes.
Just not coming back to the zone. 1-1.
The changeup's the one that's a little harder to locate, especially, but very favorable pitch against a lefty-righty matchup here.
And the 1-1. This one just taps over to second. Bruno hustling over, making the play, throws to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Brandon. Matches the effort put forth by Marshall in the top of the second inning. Fungo still holding a 2-0 advantage as we head to the third here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back. Start of the third inning. See Fungo and Steamers playing their second matchup of the season. These two teams matched up at historic Hicks Field back on June 16th, which, believe it or not, was 2 weeks ago. Time flies when you're playing baseball. Steamers won 3-2 in that game, facing a 2-0 deficit early on in this one as Brian Hama, the third baseman, coming up to bat. First pitch him's in there for a strike.
I don't know if you can see in the broadcast, but Hama's rocking some good APR tonight, appearance rating. You see it I don't even know what that is, hanging outside of his helmet. right there. I guess the hair wasn't enough, but
Hey, he came back and he was pretty excited with the fact that we had complimented him on his apparel the first time around. He switched up the batting gloves. I did notice that.
okay, yes, I see that as well. Okay.
Down 0-2. Grounds this one. That was right into the hole. Third baseman will come make the play and throw him out. One away. And for those who might just be tuning in, how this game got to this point, it was a Hogan Stallings 2-run home run in the bottom half of the first inning that put the Fungo up 2-0. As we moving quickly through this one, already into this third inning, just about 30 minutes into it. Chase Bruno up to bat, second time up. Ball gets by the catcher, making some noise at the fence. And
Get to say hi to Hunter Cole over there, getting the foul ball.
I don't know if that picked up, but Hunter Cole gave us a little hello. He knows that we're going to be talking about him in a couple seconds. He wants to make sure he gets that good press. That's a veteran move.
No, I don't blame him at all, I'll tell you that.
Just like Blake Gibson letting me step out on the bus before him today. Obviously, a guy who knows who's going to be talking about as Bruno chops this one foul.
Yeah, but it's pretty easy for you to make friends down here, Ray. I mean,
Yeah, I'm the one talking about them to their family and friends, you know?
exactly. Then again, I could imagine it'd be very easy to
Lose friends.
lose friends
Yes.
as well. Yes, you gotta be very careful.
And 2-1 to Bruno. You'll find it. As Bruno going to shoot this one in right field for a base hit. Past the diving first baseman. And a one-out base runner for the Steamers.
Good swing there by Bruno. Curveball kind of ran in a little bit, keeps the hands inside, finds a barrel. Good two-strike hitting. Right there.
Hunter Cole coming to the dish. Leading team with 11 runs batted in. Leading team steals, runs, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, hits. You know, just go up and down the line. He's going to be leading the team in that. First pitch to him. And therefore strike. And you know a little bit of something about that. That first game, after that first game, it was just Adam Fine across the board. Leaderboard.
Yeah, you know, kind of a one-hit wonder, but sorry, maybe we'll come back next year and we'll run it back. That's TBD.
0-1 Cole, popping this one foul. And there's like a small little opening above us, between the fence and the press box above us.
Yeah,
Where
if you hear a scream back home, just let you know we might be hit by something.
it would take a lot. It's like a 1 in a million shot to get us, but
Yeah, but now that we mentioned it,
we're
I
paying
think
attention
we're
to
in some
it.
trouble.
Pitch to Cole. This one again, pop foul, and towards the bullpen where a Fungo arm is getting loose. Right-hander, and it is a ways away.
Just playing catch over there. I think they're gonna ride out the starter a little bit more, unless
Yeah.
Hunter Cole puts a charge into this one.
He's been known to do it quite a few times. Once again, the 0-2 to him inside.
Look out. You know, Hunter was the only one today to be not so pleased to see me, because it was the day I left that he decided to go on an absolute home run tear. So I did not take it personal, but you know, knock on wood, hopefully he can continue his hot streak a little bit.
And 1-2. Soft tapper foul, first base side. Keeping himself alive here. Yeah, it was one of those paces where 3 home runs in 3 games. You get to think you're immortal there for a few seconds, you know?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling. I mean, I was only had here for 1 game, and that was awesome. So I can't imagine times 3.
1-2. Ground ball, that one foul. Brett Folk trying to make the play at first base coach's box and just not able to do so. He said he tipped it with his hand.
Yeah, if you make contact, if you hits your hand in any way, shape, or form, you got to catch it. So
So it's probably better for him. Better PR if he were to just say, was out of my range.
exactly. I mean, Brett Folk's out of the game. You know, former 6th-year player. We'll cut him some slack.
Been out of the game, what, 6 weeks, 2 months?
About
1-2 to Cole. That one bounces in. Good block, keeping Bruno over there at first base. Bruno does have a steal this summer. Nothing to Cole's 6. Cole has 6 steals. The rest of the team combined has 8.
Wow.
He's
So I got to take off this cast and start racing a little bit? Is that what you're saying here?
Yeah, he's proven his worth on the base paths.
Great at bat by Hunter Cole there.
Works the walk. 2 on, 1 out.
See, now that's the momentum piece you need to get a little energy. You can hear it in the dugout a little bit, and now you have 3, 4, 5 coming up. This is the start you want.
Anthony Stalin, hovering around that 300 mark for an average this season. 302 right now. Hit 408, of course, in the spring with Concord. Just the absurd numbers he was able to put up in the spring. One thing that's been nice is the consistent contact mentioned in the broadcast a couple of times now. He takes a strike in there. Is that he's really done a good job in the last 2 weeks of making a lot more contact than he was in the early games. He was striking out more than you would expect from him, and now he's putting the ball in play. And as we've seen, there's been a couple of times over the last couple of games where just putting it in play has made things happen for this Steelers team. Pitch missing outside, 1-1.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit in his first couple games. That's kind of typical of any player that has been playing a lot for their school team. Just, you know, it's a new atmosphere. Your body's not quite ready, but he's really starting to figure it out now.
1-1 Stalin. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Bruno try and go here, especially if we're seeing an off speed here.
You had mentioned how adventurous a pitcher might be off speed, as Stalin's going to send this one into the gap. That's a base hit as Bruno's going to come around to score. Cole is being waved around third base. He's hustling around. The throw in is not going to even get to the plate. And the Steamers have tied it up on a 2-run double from Anthony Stalin. That's what happens with the bigger field. Much more room in that gap. Ball can roll much further, and you could tie the game on a hit like that.
Yeah, that fastball has some life to it, and Stalin kept his hands inside, found a barrel. Just textbook right there. And, I mean, I'm not going to let this go unnoticed. Hunter Cole from scoring from first on a ball that wasn't hit that far into the gap as well, and it made it look easy.
So now Ian Jenkins coming to the dish. First pitch. Checking through, and now they're going to appeal. He did go 0-1. Was waiting for the official call on that one because it looked like he had gone through and officially committed his bat, but umpire didn't commit anything. Stalin headed back to second base. Safe on the slide. Stalin, the only other Steamer with multiple steals on the season outside of Hunter Cole. He's got 3.
Yeah, Hunter Cole and Anthony Stalin are kind of dual threats. Speed, power, arm strength. Kind of your 5-tool guy.
Jenkins ground this one to the Fungo's dugout, and it's netting right in front. Not fence. I was a little surprised when I saw the fence move, and it's because it's not fence.
Well, I guess they like to live on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
Not so much in E-Town, but
It's always,
that's all right.
always interesting, the dugout setups for different fields we make it to. I love watching the way everyone gets set up and ends up hanging out.
You're just a baseball fanatic.
I just really am. 0-2. And that one's up in the air. First baseman hugging the line a little bit. Now come back into fair territory and making the catch. There are 2 away.
Let's see if the double machine, Joe Haney, can trade places with Anthony Stalin here and take the lead. I'm hunting a first pitch fastball here if I'm Joe Haney. Maybe put it in the same exact spot that Stalin put his.
Absolutely. And he struck out first time up. First pitch to him sliding in and off the plate, 1-0. Haney. Missing outside, 2-0.
That run on his fastball seemed to come back to bite him a little bit right there. Just is outside.
Now 2-0. That run is so pronounced. Just at the end too. For a lefty, something that looks like it's coming right down the middle is likely going to end up on the outer portion of the plate, if not just off the plate.
Yeah, and you don't see it as much with righties. It's more of a thing you see with lefties, so I can tell how that can be a little unorthodox, and the hitters might not be that used to it. I know I wouldn't be.
Absolutely.
Seemed like Anthony Stalin seemed to have no problem, but, you know, he's the three-hitter for a reason.
Yeah. If everyone was Anthony Stalin, it'd be a heck of a roster. You feel like Stalin could do just about everything, including pitch. 3-1.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that.
Swing and miss, 3-2.
Got a deadly slider.
Yeah. It's fun to watch hitters try that one. Him and Michael Allen, once they get their sliders going, they got the reason why they're the back end of the bullpen.
Not for sure.
And 3-2. That one outside. 2 on, 2 out. The walk to Haney, bringing up Jackson Hip. Hip struck out to start the second inning. And Hip was Tommy Bass's pick yesterday for most likely player we're going to see to hit the next home run.
Okay, okay. I can definitely see that too. Hip came alive at the end of the season last year, had 2 home runs in 1 game on the back end of the season last year. When Hip can get hot, he can get hot. Also, clutch gene,
Clutch
Jackson
gene.
Hip. That is not something new.
The 0-1 to him. Bends into the zone, 0-2. And yeah, that opening night against Tarboro might have been a loss, but he certainly did everything he could to keep that game in play for this team. The sliding catch in the 8th and then 2-run double in the 8th.
It was a big inning. It kept us in the ball game. Made it a little interesting.
The 0-2. Popping this one up, and that one going over us.
Yeah, for a second I thought, but no.
I lose it with the bars of the fence. You think the fence is tough for those of you watching on with the camera. Tough for me because there's like 3 or 4 bars that block going right overhead.
Exactly. I mean, I'm looking for it. I'll try and make a play, but I mean, try and protect our little makeshift broadcasting booth right here.
0-2. A swing and a miss. Hip is struck out. And that does set down the Steamers, but not before Anthony Stalin delivers a 2-run double to tie this game up at a pair apiece. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. The Fungo hosting the Steamers, all knotted up at 2, bottom of the 3rd inning. Adam Fine back with us this evening, back in the Edenton area. And I know that's got you excited because you're a big fan of the food in town, especially one place. So I'll let you make the segue for us into what we're going to talk about here.
So, we got a little trivia for everyone tonight. The trivia question is, what is my favorite restaurant, food place, whatever you want to call it, here in Edenton? I get something from this place before every single game. So, in the comments, let us know what you think my favorite place is.
It's Daniel Stevens, the shortstop, coming up to bat. So we're making this Adam-themed for tonight. Pitch, foul back. As Adam rejoins us for the broadcast booth the rest of the way. And this is, not to give it away too much, but it's become a popular discussion point amongst teammates, amongst the team of this place.
Well, I don't know if they actually like me here. I think they just want me to say nice things about them. So we'll see as we go on.
Fly to right field. Cole coming on towards the line, diving out and making the catch. Along the right field line, Hunter Cole stealing a page out of his teammate Jackson Hipp's book with the sliding catch, and there's one away.
Let the hair flow, baby. I love it. A nice Jackson Hipp-esque catch there by Hunter Cole, showing off the speed. Big speed night for Hunter Cole tonight.
Big speed. Always a speed night for him. Triple last night, constantly stealing bases. I think he's just trying to show off at this point.
Well, he heard I was coming to town, so, you know, he wanted to show it off a little bit. I don't blame him.
As that will bring up Thomas Fox, the leadoff hitter. Walked. First time around. First pitch to him. Outside. 1-0. Fox ended up being thrown out second. Fielder's choice by Tristan Marsh. Put Marsh on base. A 2-run homer from Stallings gave Fungo their runs as that pitch missing 2-0. This one fouled back. Fence right near us, 2-1.
I promise you I did not flinch.
Yeah, no, we're doing a good job here.
Everyone that was guessing that I would.
Got some screen time for the Fungo's bat boy right there.
There we go. Got no hello from him, but,
No.
you know, Hunter Cole's a special guy.
Yeah.
So we understood why he's waved to us a little bit.
Brandon's 2-1. That curveball working its way close to Fox. Fox now had 3-1. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast some of the stats Brandon put up in the spring. 36 innings pitched, 5-0, 2.75 ERA. Also had a save in there. 3-1 in there for a strike, 3-2. Not overpowering guys. Only struck out 17 batters in his 36 innings. One of the interesting things about him, 11 games. Did not start one, but he was a weekend starter. We'll let this pitch go through before we get to that. 3-2, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Heard I didn't say they struck out too many guys, and he gets a strikeout there.
That is always how it works. You know, to quote the great Kevin Costner in Bull Durham, you got to throw more ground balls, more democratic. Strikeouts are fascist. So Daniel Brandon keeps his infielders and outfielders on their toes and engaged, and gets us out of here pretty quick, I guess.
Absolutely. 2 outs now. That will bring up Josh Hoffman, the center fielder. And the way that Brandon was a weekend starter without starting any games, West Virginia State utilizing the opener strategy this spring. It's 1-0 and their first strike, 1-1. We could get into the whole debate in baseball about the opener.
I don't quite know what I think about that. I've never really seen it. I've never been on a team that has used that or played against one. Kind of something new, but I don't know what I think of it, honestly.
I think it's situation dependent. I think it's depending on the pitcher. You know, some pitchers can take that, some pitchers can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, Scotty being one of those guys that definitely doesn't fit that. I feel like once Scotty's the type of guy, once he gets in his groove, he gets going. So the opener for him wouldn't necessarily be the best fit, I feel like, especially.
Which is interesting you say that because he actually really enjoyed it.
Oh, well, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about too much yet, but, you know, we'll get there.
But no, I see what you're saying as someone that would get in rhythm. I think he enjoyed it more for the team aspect, that it got a lot more guys experience. I don't know if him specifically is this one lined out towards center field. Jackson Hip coming on. That one's just going to go past him. That one flew past the glove and now out to center field. Around goes Hoffman into third base. He's getting waved around to go home. He's going to end up going to third instead. He got the wave around, ended up sticking up there. That one didn't touch the glove of Hip. So Hoffman ends up at third. I think he'll take the credit for a triple, as Hip just came on trying to get that one through his glove up, and it just missed the glove and just kept on rolling. And a much deeper field than what you see at Historic Hicks, about 25 feet deeper out to center.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We're at that hour where you're not really sure with the sun, and in center field it can be pretty tough.
Ground ball to third. Hama fielding it cleanly, throwing across the diamond, and getting him at first base. That sets down the side. So Brandon able to do some contact. Hama able to throw him out over at first by about a step.
Showing some emotion as well.
Yeah, it keeps Wake Forest off the board. Game still tied at 2. We head to the 4th inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. We'll be back with some more baseball. Welcome back, Steamers. Coming about top of the 4th inning. Before we get back to baseball, I want to let you know the Albemarle Area United Way is a non-profit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. This year, the Steamers have partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to helping raise money for their services. On Friday, July 2nd, the Steamers will be wearing specially themed patriotic jerseys for their game. That's Friday. That's just 2 days away, Friday, July 2nd. Those jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will go back to the Albemarle Area United Way. If you'd like to have this one-of-a-kind jersey, be sure to be here that night and support a good cause. A huge thank you to H2OBX Water Park for making this night possible, the Albemarle Area United Way.
Almost July.
It is almost July. Tomorrow's July, and July is going to be a busy one for this team. The rain make it even busier. It was already supposed to be a busy month for this squad.
It's funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
Go
there.
right ahead.
Well, it's funny because you always, the days you want the rainouts, you can't see a cloud in the sky. But the days where it's raining like crazy is the days you want to play. It always works out like that.
Josh Pernetti leading this inning off. And getting ahead 2-0 quickly. Pernetti working a pair of walks in his most recent start. He's starting to get adjusted. This is really the first time he's seen collegiate pitching as he lines this one foul, right field side, now to play. Since he did not have a season this year, a true freshman, still getting used to the difference, jumping up a level. 2-1. And there for strike 2-2.
Borderline there, but got to protect here on 2-2.
Marshall's 2-2. Chopped, slowly back to him. Fields it, a throw to first. In time, one away. Bring up Jacob Bisharat, catcher from Miles College. Bisharat this past spring in .333 with a .442 on base percentage, home run and 11 RBIs, 43 plate appearances. So
Not too bad.
doing pretty good, doing the most there at Miles College. First pitch to him. Upstairs, 1-0.
Did you flinch there?
No.
Okay.
No. If they
Just
airmail
checking.
one, I think it might be. I might end up flinching.
Man, Brian Hama getting some screen time.
Yeah.
Looking good.
He was more of a subtle "what's up" guy instead of Hunter Cole's high.
Hey,
We're
listen,
taking notes here.
He's focused. We'll let him lock in a little bit.
1-1. Sun's setting here. I'm sure behind this concession stand we're set up from, we got a scenic sunset. Just the way that shadows are being casted onto the field. Ground ball now to shortstop. Play made, throw to first, dug out, and there are two away. Brian Hama, ground out to start the third inning, now coming to the dish. For Hama, 3 hits thus far this summer, has driven a run, a .323 on base percentage as a steal. Another example of someone who's looking to just make some more contact.
Yeah, he's got a nice swing. He's just got a tad late on the fastball sometimes.
He makes contact there, and something's going to happen as that bounces off the glove of the third baseman. He's around first, and he holds up. Going to end up on first base as there's a little bit of discussion going on between he and Brett Folk over there at first base as he hit a ball hard at third baseman, closed the glove a little too soon, bounced off the glove and makes his way into left field. Probably had a chance to get to second.
Yeah, Ray, I was going to say, he was pointing at Brett Folk there. I'm not sure. I think Brett was the one holding him up. Hama's a very aggressive base runner, so I think that was Folk's call right there.
First pitch to Bruno. Check swing and a ball low. And
I wouldn't mind Hama taking second there, trying to get on scoring position with 2 outs, but Bruno also has got some pop, as we have seen in the last game, so we will see.
Hama's got a healthy few steps off of first there. The 1-0 is grounded, foul, and James Stalin making the play over there, third base coaching box. Made a couple of them so far.
He's a little more of a seasoned veteran as a base coach than Brett Folk. You know,
Yes.
Brett Folk usually on the mound.
As we saw. We saw in the comments that Mike Folk, let us know he's a pitcher, not an athlete over there in the first base coach's box. Pitch missing. I think Stalin's still talking about the player over there with the Fungo dugout. Let him have the moment.
Yeah, big smile on his face over there.
3-1. Bruno ahead in the count. Bruno, one of the best on this team, getting himself on base. Fouls this one off his foot, and a chance for me to field it if there wasn't a fence right in front of us. Running the count full.
Bruno, the king of working counts.
Yes. Not many cheap at-bats for
Right.
him.
A lot of quality ABs, quabs,
Yes.
as we like to call them.
Game changer loves him. 3-2. Flies this one in the air. Left field. Center fielder moving over towards that left center field. Able to make the catch. And the Steamers are set down. As they are able to get a 2-out base runner courtesy of the error. He sticks around over there at first base. Fungo coming to bat in the bottom half of this 4th inning when we come back here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Steamers on the road. That's the home team coming to bat. When the Steamers are on the road, we got to tell you about Venture Tours. The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the team for the 2021 season. Venture Tours Incorporated is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation. The owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours Incorporated, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Daniel Brandon coming on for his 4th inning of work and has good commentaries here on YouTube. We can pay attention to our comment section and offer a little bit in. I would agree with Larry Vance's assessment of the opener working. I don't think anyone was questioning the opener as it worked at West Virginia State, because it most certainly did. For Brandon, he did say he enjoyed it at West Virginia State, having the opener. And
Quite the season over there.
yes, don't want to say it's not working there. It's certainly working there. It was more of a question of one size fits all. As Brandon's first pitch,
And I mean, hey,
strike.
I'm a position player. I don't know much about pitching. So take whatever you say, what I say with that with a grain of salt.
Hogan Stallings, designated hitter, hit a 2-run home run in the first, up to bat. Lead off this 4th inning, and he's seen a steady diet of breaking balls to start this at bat.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised there. The last fastball he threw, Stallings went maybe over the scoreboard at least. Went a long way.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, yes, it did.
Trying to find a cool, way to say that, but I mean, it just simply went a long
You can't argue
way.
with the facts.
Exactly.
The 1-1. Missing low, 2-1, and this was a strategy he had employed against some of the bigger left-handed hitters in Moorhead Say's lineup, just breaking balls. A lot of them had breaking balls away. Not so much here against Stallings. He's kind of painting them all over the place, but he's really keeping those batters off balance, trying to go away as one up high.
Yeah, the front door curveball seems to be working here. You can see Hip out there in center throwing his arms out. I think he thought that was down the middle. That's always the nice part about playing center field. You feel like you're the second umpire out there.
And Stallings going to walk. You would have to think that first at-bat had a lot to do with the approach to him right here. As
Yeah, no surprise there.
Caleb Fluno, the first baseman, coming to bat. Fluno flew out to center, first go-around. Stallings about a step off of first base. First pitch, up and away, 1-0.
I tell you what, Josh Brunetti is a big guy, but he looks like your everyday guy standing next to Stallings over there at first.
Can only imagine how small Stallings would make me look stand next to him. As one miss, low 2-0.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but I was going to cut you some slack there.
That's
but,
all right.
It's okay. We can talk about it all you want if you really want.
Brett Folk coming out to talk on the mound. And yeah, I think we can just gloss over the fact that I walk around these ballparks and look small at all times. Brett Folk, Brett rather well, roommates with him this summer, same host family.
It's my roomie.
Yes. Brett, we've touched on this a couple of times, but it's becoming the Folk effect. He comes out to the mound, and immediately the results get better for the next batter. He's done it a couple of times in the last few games. I know you said take what you say about pitching with a grain of salt. You have any idea the type of mentality the Folk would take to him on the mound that you think he could be imparting to these pitchers on the mound now?
Well, just the idea to be aggressive. Be aggressive with the fastball. Kind of a lot of the times pitching coaches will say, just throw the fastball, see how far he can hit it. Mm-hmm. Especially since Folk was a little bit of a soft guy as well. Mm-hmm. So he knew all about the changeup and off-speed pitches. But I bet he's telling Scotty there, just be confident in your fastball and you'll roll a ground ball, and just like that, you maybe have 2 outs.
Well, whatever the advice was, gets a foul ball here, 2-1, and interesting. Chris Bueller pitching last night. Bueller had walked the first 2 batters of the second inning, and it was down 2-0 in the count. and Folk came out, ended up striking out the batter on the next few pitches. I believe it took him 4 pitches to strike him out after that. We'll see if Daniel Brandon can come to that level, as he's now down 3-1 in the count. Pitch inside. It's 2-1 with nobody out. And brings up Bobby Nixon. And Bobby Nixon drilled a foul ball down the left field line first time up. And looking down the Steamers side, bullpen action. Cole Bates getting loose.
Yeah, you always follow up the soft lefty with the hard throwing righty. I mean, it's as simple as that is. It's tough for hitters.
Brandon's first pitch, popped, foul. Over us, out of play, 0-1. Bates has been nothing short of spectacular in his time in Edenton. Did finally allow a run his last go-around, but 9 innings pitched, struck out 16. As this one from Nixon, flown left field. Haney working his way down the line, and he will make the catch, colliding with the wall out there in left field. Throw coming in to third. And that's one away, as Haney went a long way to get that ball, ended up in foul territory.
Tip of the cap there from Scotty, knowing Haney got a good one right there. That was big out.
As Haney was just a few steps ahead on that jump and able to make the run all the way down to the line and arm extend out past it.
No padding over there either. That can definitely be scary when you're running there full speed.
Jake Brown coming to bat. 1-0, and Haney, Coley, corner outfielders this evening. If you look at a roster sheet, both of them listed as infielders. Both corner infielders by trade. Get a chance to show their stuff in corner outfield positions.
A lot of versatility on this team, I'll tell you that.
As Brandon gets that one in for a strike. Brandon down 2-1. There's been a lot of good bullpen efforts from this. Honestly, the pitching staff for the Steamers team early on in the season has put together a lot of good efforts. There's been a couple of innings here and there, but it's a wholesale product.
Pretty consistent throughout the season so far.
This team's got some arms. Brandon now down the count 3-1. Grounded to third in the second inning. Pitch to him now. Upstairs, ball 4. Brandon has walked the bases loaded. Marsh McDonald step towards getting past that fence.
Taking a look at Mr. Bates over there. Maybe giving some signal. I love it. Every team has some sort of signal to let the bullpen guy know, like, hurry up, or you're in right now, get ready, or settle down. It's always interesting to follow that. I don't get as much fun with that because it doesn't pertain to me, but.
Brand's first pitch, missing, 1-0. Will Gramble, the right fielder, coming up to bat, grounded to second in the second. Brand's 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1.
Nice change piece there from Brandon.
Time being called here. Get a pinch runner over there to first base. It's Eli Meredith coming on. Meredith replacing Jake Brown. As the umpire will correct the lineup card he's got. Lights turn on here. We get closer to dusk, and that one inside, ball 2-1. And that's always nice in a new stadium, I'm sure, for the outfielders. The lights kicking on for you and have to get used to after a few innings of trying to figure things out in the field. Then the lights kick on, changes the whole game for you.
I tell you what, a silver lining of my season being over is not having to figure out, you know, finding the ball off the bat out there in center, or, you know, getting all nervous because you can't see it for the first couple seconds off the bat.
Is there a particular field you played at last summer that you felt, well, you guys were only mostly at Historic Hicks Field, I guess there's not really one that you would have preference in terms of fielding in the outfield, but looking at the lights here, you think this would be cause for concern for you if you were out there?
100%.
Okay.
The fact that the lights are just like one line, one horizontal line of lights can be pretty tough. And since the sunset is behind us, that can make it hard as well.
Brandon's 3-2 pitch is going to drop in fair territory on left field side. Haney throwing in from left field as 2 runs score and a throw down to third now. It is not in time. A 2 RBI base hit for Granville, and the Fungo have jumped out ahead 4-2.
Yeah, that one just found the line down there. Not hit that hard, but kind of perfectly placed there. Haney a strong throw in, but couldn't quite get him.
Yeah, and that was a bit bold on the part of Fluno, able to get himself in there standing up. As we will have a pitching change. Daniel Brandon coming out, gets through 3 1/3. Cole Bates going to take over on the mound. We'll be back for a little break, letting Bates get warmed up, giving ourselves a second here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Cole Bates now on the mound for the Steamers. 9 innings pitched, a 1-0 record, a 1 flat ERA, and a .33 WHIP. And the most eye-popping of stats, the 16 strikeouts he's managed in those 9 innings. He'll be faced with the task of Daniel Stevens, the shortstop and 9-hitter in this lineup. First pitch in there for a strike. And you talked about earlier, you alluded to going from a soft-throwing lefty to a hard-throwing righty. And an approach at bat, what are you looking for?
Well, it's simply just hunt the fastball early, because Scotty was the guy to drop in a lot of curveballs early on, change-ups, and Cole Bates is going to want to, as well as quoting Bull Durham, announce his presence with authority. And in that case, with the fastball. So, you know, a lot of times you want to maybe take the first pitch when it's a relief pitcher, but in this situation, if I'm the hitter, especially with ducks on the pond, I'm hacking at that first pitch fastball.
Bates ahead 0-2. And that one just missing off the plate, 1-2. We can't see the outside corner, so.
Not going to argue too much back here.
Bates 1-2. And that one now missing just a bit inside. 2-2.
You can hear Brett Folk in there saying, "Don't be scared." I'd second that.
I will defer judgment. Keep myself back here. And the 2-2 from Bates is foul back. You know, I've seen some strange things happen with umpires over the last couple days. I'm more than happy to keep myself back here and
Yeah, that is true.
keep my mouth nice and quiet. Stay in my lane here.
Yeah, once again, you don't know if the umpires has family or friends watching the game.
Absolutely.
You know,
I hope they're sending links. Giving us some more viewers here. As the 2-2 from number 22 is line to second base. Bruno making the catch and trying to make something happen. Ball popping off of Stalen's glove. They weren't going to get him anyways. So 2 away now. That ball was tagged, but object of the game is hit them where they're not. Unable to do so in that case, and he'll flip over the order now. Thomas Fox. A walk and a strikeout thus far. Still with 2 in scoring position. Bates first pitch, and therefore strike.
Yeah, there's that fastball again. You can hear the pop of the mitt. You know, it's got some velo behind it.
That's my favorite part of watching, is just how aggressive he comes at the zone every time he comes in the pitch.
You think the hair makes it a little more intimidating?
The 0-1 is in there for a strike. 0-2, I think it has to.
Well, I'll tell you what, I faced Cole Bates when he was a pitcher for Tarboro last season. And he was their opening day starter against us, and I was the leadoff hitter. And after not seeing baseball for a while, that fastball felt like 98 rather than, 88.
2 is up and away, 1-2, and be willing to bet he's popping close to 90 at this point.
Yeah, 88 might have been a low ball on him a little bit. I think he's definitely popped a couple 9s and maybe even reached a 91, 92 a little bit. My eye-dar is not too sharp.
1-2, reaching out for that one. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Bates able to strand 2 in scoring position, coming in relief. The Fungo, however, adding 2 to their total. 4-2 now. Wake Forest leads the Steamers as Edenton is coming to bat in the top of the 5th inning when we come back here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Before we get back to baseball, every year the Steamers are proud to have the opportunity to raise money for the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. On Saturday, July 24th, the Steamers wear special themed jerseys that will be auctioned off during the game. Proceeds will go towards the fight to strike out ALS. Catfish Hunter is an MLB Hall of Fame pitcher that lived just 20 minutes from historic Hicks Field. Unfortunately, he lost his bout with ALS over 20 years ago. The Steamers will continue to carry on his legacy and do their part to strike out ALS. We thank you for your support of this great cause. Hunter Cole, Anthony Stalen, Ian Jenkins due up for the Steamers. Trying to climb out of a 2-run hole. Trying to avoid losing 4 in a row. Bryson Marshall still on the mound for the Fungo. Behind the count 1-0 here. Last time the Steamers lost more than 3 in a row is a 5-game losing streak in July of 2019. This pitch grounded to third base, fielded cleanly, throw across the diamond in time to get Cole, and there is 1 away.
Yeah, not much of a losing streak type team last year. The Steamers were quite the show in Edenton last year.
There was a 3-game losing streak early on. Dropped the record to 3-3 early on. Ended up finishing 21-5 in the regular season. You had a bit of a winning way.
And we went on a crazy run, pretty much after those first 10 games.
First pitch, Stalin in there for a strike, 0-1.
Kind of wish we had the run rule back then as well as we do now, because has a couple 3.5-hour games.
The 0-1 chopped foul, 0-2 third base side, and it's actually funny you mentioned that. While you've been gone, the run rule has been taken out. It's now gone.
Well,
things change while you're gone.
Oh man.
I want to just preface this to everyone. We got Adam on the bus today, and that was the first we've seen of Adam in 2 weeks, week and a half. So bounces, that one comes in.
A week and like a couple days, I think. It wasn't on that long. I know it might have felt like that.
It felt like that. It was really, it was really brutal, you know.
Believe me, it felt longer for me. I'll tell you that. Gets lonely back in PA.
Back where you're from. Got to come back to Edenton, see all the buddies, see all the teammates. Good to get back in the locker room today, see everyone, get a chance to chat with everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was nice to see everyone be super excited, except for Hunter Cole. That's okay. But everyone's gave me a warm welcome back and excited to hang around the clubhouse and the broadcast booth and kind of be a dual threat in that way, even with this knee brace.
Yes, we will be sure to maximize the amount of time you get to take off of your feet. As the 2-2 into Stalin now is lined, and that one's in the left center field. At least a base hit. He's coming hard around first, and he's headed on towards second base. That ball gets up near the wall. Another double for Stalin. As he is now
doubles.
3 for 3 with 3 doubles. And Hunter Cole, watch your back on that slugging percentage leaderboard. Watch back on the average leaderboard. And Stalin just staying loose through the zone, keeping his hands loose. That's what we're looking for when he's been most successful this season.
Down the left field line, in the left center gap, in the right center gap. What do you say? Maybe a triple down the right field line for his next at bat?
I'm all for it. Sign me up as Jenkins takes the first one low, 1-0. Jenkins representing the tying run. You mentioned that because we have not seen him yet hit one out. And
oh, it will come.
He's got the power of one to do so.
You just be patient, Steamer fans. It will come, and we'll get a bunch of them.
6 home runs in 31 games for Miami-Dade College this spring. He had 5 with Marshall McDonald at the Lexington County Blowfish a couple of years ago. Is ahead in the count 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, I expect him to be in these type of counts in the future. These 2-0 counts and just sitting dead red fastball, and then you won't find that ball again.
The 2-0, Jenkins skies this one foul and out of play, right field side. 2-1. And for Jenkins, the full stat line for him from Miami-Dade College this spring. Hit .307, .419 on base percentage, those 6 home runs mentioned, 27 runs batted in. That was in 31 games. 2-1 to him. In there for a strike. 2-2. And I imagine you can hear the protesting going on from the Steamers dugout. Not big fans. Jenkins, you could see as he stepped out of the box, not big fan of that one.
Little chatter.
Count even at 2 to Jenkins. Marshall coming home, and that pitch outside. 3-2. Jenkins also on the wrong end of a bit of a controversial called third strike last night in the 9th inning of the game. Full count to him now. Out tip. That one hit the ground, and the second base umpire, the second umpire really, confirming that fact that that one did hit the ground.
Very controversial at bat, but I guess it works both ways.
Yes. Jenkins keeping himself in this one. And payoff pitch once again. Curveball, he's punched out. And there is 2 away. Joe Haney coming to the dish.
Yeah, it's tough when when 2 controversial calls come at bat. That's when you really have an outburst from the dugout there.
And we will let the chatter continue. This strikeout and a walk as Haney popping this one up. Left field line, third baseman out, shortstop. Now that one's going to drop in fair territory. And Stalen's going to come around to score. Haney over at first. Another run on the board for the Steamers.
The Bermuda Triangle, as they call it, the area between the third baseman, the left fielder, and the shortstop, just finds a spot there. You get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, and I guess is that karma?
One might say.
Okay.
And we were talking about that specific play right there. That's one where the shortstop's got to beat it over, make that play, because you have the third baseman backpedaling, coming towards the edge of the infield as Jackson hip up, swings, and that one is going to be a foul tip.
Yeah, it's always a tough play because if it's hit far, then it's the left fielder's ball. If it's hit shallow, then it's the shortstop's ball, and it even could be the third baseman's ball if it's still kind of in that dirt area. So there's never a sure thing over in the Bermuda Triangle.
And a throw over. Haney back there safely, so mark up another RBI for Haney, 4th of the summer, and he's now broken my interesting fact about him with all of his hits been doubles, so that's a single. So we'll take that.
He keeps us on our toes over here.
Take that factoid out of the program as swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. 0-2. Bryson Marshall trying to get through his 5th inning of work. 0-2, up and in, 1-2.
Good hold there by Hip. With the tail, it's always tough to lay off that high fastball.
Marshall's 1-2. He swings and misses that one in the dirt. Tagged out to wrap up this 5th inning. Steamers get one back. Joe Haney pops one down the left field line that will end up bringing home Anthony Stalen, who has 3rd double of the game in this inning. Fungo up 4-3. Coming to bat here at Wake Forest when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Adam Fine with me. I'm Ray Dunn. We've been taking you through the action. This is your booth the rest of the way this season. We thank so many of you for tuning in tonight. Before we get you back to baseball, we want to let you know the Edenton Steamers are excited to announce they'll be hosting another youth baseball camp this summer. The first one was a raging success. A lot of fun out there. A lot of kids learning the game, and seems like there's going to be a lot. I heard 70 was the ballpark number for kids coming to this second camp so far. Get your kid in on the action here. The dates, July 14th through the 16th. That's July 14th through the 16th. Young ball players between the ages of 5 and 13 are welcome. Visit EdentonSteamers.com to download a registration form today. So we're excited to do that. A couple of guys out there teaching. I know Chase Bruno, Anthony Stalin working up the middle right now, chatting over at second base, both of them. I saw them there at camp.
Fan favorites.
Fan favorites, absolutely. Kid favorites there too. Stalin, that's the only time I've seen him get lit up by while he was pitching. Kids hitting home runs over the wall against him. All of them, tennis ball home runs over the wall.
Yeah, that slider didn't have as much bite.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Had lost his touch a little bit. Cole Bates, first pitch, popped it in the air and foul. It's Josh Hoffman, the center fielder, up to bat. Hoffman tripled and flew out thus far, 1 for 2. And you get 1 from Bates, and therefore a strike 0-2.
Nice pitch there from Bates. Had a little run on that right there. I think that was a changeup. I'm not quite sure. It's a little tough angle, but with the run, I'm assuming it was.
Believe you on that one. The 0-2. Fouled. Hoffman's just got to catch up to this pitch. Again, it's part of the difference of seeing Daniel Brandon for 2 at-bats and then having Cole Bates coming at you.
That's the idea. Not easy.
Once again, 0-2 in the pitch. This one grounded. Third base. That one is foul.
Hama always got the flair.
Hama just playing some games out there.
Hey, listen, I'm all for it.
You couldn't see that on the broadcast, I don't believe, but in foul territory. Just backhanded it and throwing it underhand to Bates like he was making a play at second base. And 0-2 once again. That's up and in. 1-2. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There's one away. The bottom of the 5th, and it's bottom of the 5th, so we also owe you a trivia question answer. So before we get to this next batter, the Adam Fine themed trivia question. I think a lot of you are going to be happy to hear this answer. Adam Fine, the lucky place before games.
Well, my favorite place before games every day, Westover Deli. And the superlative is I always get the chicken parm sub. Never fails. Now, Matthew Fine on the broadcast, kind of an unfair advantage to that trivia question, him being my father, so he knows what I get. I've definitely got it with him before. But to everyone else who answered Westover, congratulations.
Yes.
You know me too well. Also the best deli around the Edenton area.
Bates 0-1, and their first strike 0-2. We might have to get Westover to cut a deal here. You know, you're giving quite the props here.
The customer service there is just unmatched. I mean, they know me by name. I walk in, they're like, all right, chicken parm. So, I love something like that. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
0-2 front base, foul back. That one hits the net. Has Tristan Marsh, third chance at, grounded into a fielder's choice and grounded to third. 2 times up. The 0-2 once again. This one grounded. Again, foul on third base side. Hama just making plays in foul territory.
Hama's loving the action. Probably wish it was on camera for his little camera time, but that's okay. Still get to shout him out.
Well, let's hope that Nick Nysted's in the dugout filming on each play, and maybe he'll get a couple of these on camera and can save them for Hama.
Nick's all over it. Great social media guy.
0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. Hama's having a nice chat over there with third base coach. Smiles, laughing, I assume talking about the plays he's been making. Bates 1-2. In there for a called third strike. Back-to-back strikeouts to start this fifth inning. 2 away.
Ray, can I help you?
Yeah, go right ahead.
No, I'm just looking.
Ah,
And we'll get the hang of that one.
wow.
Shout out Sports Center.
I don't know if I can come back from that.
That's all right. The first time is always a learning curve when it comes to that. The baseball references.
As Hogan Stallings, designated hitter, 2-run home run in the first, up now, takes a strike. Stallings also walked in the 4th inning to lead off that inning, came around to score.
Stallings hasn't seen a fastball since the 1st inning.
So I think Bates is going to be a bit of a learning curve for him.
Yeah, Bates is going to definitely challenge him here. I'm excited to see this matchup.
And they've really unlocked something with Bates in the bullpen. I know he was a star for Delaware State, but they've really maximized what they're getting from him in this role, and the stats speak it out. It's the 1-1. Missing away, 2-1.
Never a dull moment in that steamer dugout.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't matter where the pitch is.
You would know just about as well as anyone.
Oh, I contributed a little bit.
2-1 swing and a miss, 2-2. Count even to 2 away. Pitcher just finished getting warmed up for the Fungo, walking back to the dugout. So Bryson Marshall's evening might be done, but that's something we'll find out in the 6th. Right now, focused on finishing the 5th. And just unable to do it. Runs the count full.
Right here, throw a fastball, see how far he can hit it, or see how loud it hits the mitt. I expect Cole Bates to challenge him here.
Power on power here. The 3-2. Foul back to the net, or to the fence in front of us. Nothing to seasoned pros like us.
You said it.
Yeah. Ho-hum.
We'll run it back here with the 3-2.
Stallings is able to get his bat on that, see if he gets challenged one more time. Here to the 3-2. That one low. Oh. Turns out we had an extra ball in the count, I guess.
I guess that's good for us, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, we were hyping up for a 3-2 count. We'll do a 3-2 for the first time, apparently. We were telling you this happened all over again.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah.
All over again.
A 3-2 for number 22. Foul tip into the glove, and he is struck out. Bates strikes out the side, something we said quite a bit on these broadcasts throughout the summer. That ends the 5th. Fungo still leading 4-3 as the Clams come to bat to start off the 6th inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. 6th inning about to get going here. Steamers trailing the Fungo 4-3. Josh Pernetti coming to the dish. Pernetti 0 for 2. Pair of ground outs back to the pitcher. That first ground out was a pretty well struck ball. Bryson Marshall able to field it. Bryson Marshall lifted from this game after 5 innings. It's now Jaden Bailey gets Pernetti to swing and miss. 0-1.
Anything inside, I have a feeling Pernetti we might not see that ball again. Pernetti can keep the hands in like no one else.
0-1. Line a one hop and off of the glove of the second baseman. Pernetti will be on first base to start this inning.
2 barrels for Pernetti. Seeing the ball well tonight. Odd way to field that over there at second base with the going with the backhand. A lot of times you just gotta stick your chest out there and eat it up a little bit and then throw it over. You got a little more time there at second base.
Anthony Stalin doing that last night at short. We could see him. He had to take a breather. If you're taking one right to the chest, able to field the ball, make the play. Second baseman not doing it in that case. And Steamers will take it. Put Pernetti on base for Jacob Bisharat. First pitch to him was low, 1-0. Bisharat 0 for 2, a strikeout. And ground out to shortstop. A right-handed bat searching for his first hit of this summer. He grounds this one foul. Stalin able to make the play in the third base coach's box again, getting a chance to throw it all the way back to the pitcher.
Big night for Mr. Stalin.
It is just a big night for him. He is truly one of my favorite people I've gotten to know since I got down here.
He is a great guy. Very knowledgeable about hitting. Class act, as I'd say, being the only head coach for the one game.
Line drive. That one's going off the glove. Throw to second. They're going to tag second. They're going to throw to first. We'll see how this one is ruled. They're going to say he caught it. Either way, they were in trouble. Pernetti running.
Now, I'm not sure if the third baseman did that on purpose, but that's very smart to, if he purposely were to drop the ball, that was genius as a way to double up Bisharat.
It's interesting because it looked like it was in the glove coming up. It looked like when the ball was out. So up to the umpire's discretion. Regardless, a facelift on this inning goes from nobody out and runner on to 2 away. Brian Hama swinging through that pitch, 0-1.
Yeah, that's just baseball when you line out and you end up getting doubled up. I mean, 2 barrels this inning and unfortunate.
Breaking ball just dropping off the plate, 1-1. Hama ground out to third and hit 1 to third. Got on base due to an error. 2 times up. Down 1-2. Billy Wines kicks in the pitch. Just popped into the air. First base side. First baseman trying to make a play and just unable to do so. Might have lost that in the lights. Kind of went looking up for that ball and dropped the glove in disappointment because I don't think he really saw where that was coming down. He was in the general vicinity right in front of the Steamers dugout, but just couldn't make the play.
That was kind of funny, to be honest. When you completely lose it and you just give up, that's all right.
It's funny when it's in foul territory.
Yes, especially when it really doesn't impact it that much.
And this one ground to shortstop. Throw across the diamond. Gets him. As Bailey will face the minimum. Steamers did put a runner on due to an error to open up the inning. And a double play. Set that down. Only 3 batters coming to bat. In the 6th, Steamers trailing 4-3 to the Wake Forest Fungo, who come to bat when we come back on the Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. The Steamers trail 4-3. Adam Fine alongside myself, Ray Dunn. Bottom of the sixth coming up, Cole Bates. Second full inning of work. Came in relief of Daniel Brandon. In the midst of the fourth inning, his first pitch is high. 1-0, and we see we have a sizable crowd watching this evening, so we do want to open up for our Steamer streamers what we do in the sixth inning here. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll shout you out on the broadcast. Bates 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Blowing it right on by Caleb Fluno. Fluno 0 for 1 with a walk. Did come around to score in the fourth inning. And 1-1. Blowing it right on by him. 1-2.
Yeah, he knows it's coming, and I don't think there's much he can do about it. That's what happens when you got a Cole Bates looking fastball.
So now you've blown by him a pair of times. Just going to go right back to him, and you think you're going to try and catch him off balance.
I think he's definitely going to try and catch him off balance, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the fastball too.
As Fleur looks like he's got something in his eye. A little buggy here tonight, so it might be.
Yeah, I'm getting eaten up a little bit, but that's all right.
We get to be out in the elements.
You know, when you're living in North Carolina, you got to get used to it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-2. Upstairs. 2-2. He was thinking about blowing it by him, trying to go chase some high cheese.
I tell you what, pitchers, you know, to a fault, they can be a little cocky up there, which actually can be a good thing as well. So I think he's feeling himself a little bit with that fastball.
2-2 is fouled. Out of play on the first base side over the Steamers dugout. Once again, 2-2 from number 22. A foul tip in a glove struck him out. And there's one away. And
there's a fastball.
Yeah, there you go. And that's 5 consecutive Ks. Count them in that scorebook for
5.
Bates. We've seen him in that groove before. It's nothing new for people who've watched him. He had 16 strikeouts, 9 innings coming into this game. Now 21 for the summer. His first pitch, another foul tip. Another one ends up in the pitch rat's glove. This one grounded up the middle. Stalen gonna make a play on it, throwing to first. That one is in time. Good stretch over there from Pernetti. And there are 2 away, as that was Pete Maldonado.
Pernetti can do it all. Big stretch. I know we give Jacob Mustang a lot of credit for doing that, but it's nice to see another Steamer mastering the big stretch over there at first base.
Yeah, absolutely. Gives those infielders a little bit more time to collect themselves and throw on over. And if there was any doubt about Pernetti being off the bag, there is none now. Officially confirming that out. Maldonado batting for Bobby Nixon, the left fielder. As Nixon was 0 for 2, lifted. Now we've got Eli Meredith, who came in to run for Jake Brown last time around, getting his first time at the plate. It's in there for a strike. Bates set down 7 in a row. Trying to make it 8 and get out of this one.
For Marshall McDonald, the bats just got to wake up a little bit. His bullpen's doing the job. Or should we say Brett Folk's bullpen?
Yes. His pitching staff, Brett Folk, smiling on the way back from Moorhead City, saying they keep pitching like this, someone's going to start giving me credit. As base just misses. 1-1.
Hopefully Brett will always remember where he comes from. Roommates with me.
That's when he's a big fan of his pitcher coach. One day you want to be pulled right up there with him. Cut on and missed. 1-2.
I mean, hey, I know about hitting. He knows about pitching. We could figure something out, don't you think? Just like you and me, you know, PB and J, but like.
It sounds like you're getting rid of me in favor of chasing Brett Folk's career, which I don't blame you, but
you know,
that's the
I don't think anyone could match our PB and J. You know, me and Brett might have to think of a different type of nickname, but.
And that one's in there, called third strike. Pair of strikeouts in this sixth inning. We'll figure it out. I'm sure you and Brett will figure it out. That wraps up this sixth inning. We head to the seventh with the Steamers trailing 4-3 here at Heritage High School. We'll be back in just a minute on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Fungo leading the Steamers 4-3 at Chase Bruno. Coming up to bat, and we realize the picture quality not the best for you. We are trying to mess a little bit with the focus on this camera, but not to be. So we'll give you a little bit of a paint of the picture here. Is Bruno cutting on and missing 0-1.
If something cool happens, we'll let you know.
We will absolutely let you know. That's our job, after all.
That's a good way to put it.
Pops this one into foul territory, first base side. First baseman sliding around and able to make the catch on this one. And set down Bruno. One away in this seventh inning. And Marsh McDonald mentioning to us early in this trip while we were setting up here that he had been to this field before, and he was the coach of the Oilers, won the Carolina Virginia Collegiate League Championship back in 2016. Hunter Cole coming to bat. First pitch to him, missing outside.
Coach Marshall's been around the block.
He has. He has made his rounds. We wanted to find what was his record traveling here. Swing and a miss, 1-1, and here at Heritage High School, 1-1. Split a pair of games against the Fungo. This pitch inside, 2-1, and Marshall McDonald getting the last laugh that season because his Oilers team goes 39-17, wins the league that year, and they also beat the Fungo en route to that title.
Yeah, to not many surprise, Marshall, he's been around the block, but he also knows a thing or two about winning.
Yes, he does. This one from Cole. He got a lot of that one going out to right field. Back to the track. You can kiss that baseball goodbye. Hunter Cole's fourth home run of the summer has knotted this game up at 4.
Big swing by Hunter Cole. The high fastball seemed to be no problem. Quick hands, and that ball got out of here quick.
Man's just on a tear, and now he can welcome you back to town because it's not you that's ended his hot streak. It's just him hitting the baseball night in and night out.
Right, I tell you what, I better get a big hug from Hunter Cole after this ball game, or I'm going to be upset.
Hunter Cole up to 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. It's Anthony Stalin coming to the dish, 3 doubles in this game for him. First pitch, low and in, the breaking ball, 1-0. Cole's first hit of the night, very timely one. Count even up at 1. If I'm overhearing a conversation correctly between Marshall McDowell and Hunter Cole, and I think he just said in jest, try and do that one every time for us. As
Yeah.
one bounces in off the glove.
I mean, that
2-1.
was some swing. That's the difference between Hunter Cole now and Hunter Cole in early June. Didn't have the type of quickness in his bat that he did in the first couple games as he does now. I mean, he made that high pitch look like it was not much trouble. I mean, I tell you what, that is harder than it looks.
He just whips that bat through the zone, and it was apparent early on to Marshall McDowell. He needed to be in the lineup every night, and he's been pretty much in the lineup. He didn't start opening night, but since that point, he's continuously finding a way to get himself in this line. But Stalin knocks this one in left field for a base hit. Steamers bat's coming alive.
4 for 4 for Anthony Stalin.
He's a Wendy's eater. Get that 4 for 4 from Anthony Stalin. There's now a little bit of meeting on the mound. Jaden Bailey talking things out.
I better get a hug from Anthony Stalin as well.
Ian Jenkins, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Maybe I should just take credit for everyone's success down here. What do you think?
That's what we do in the booth.
That's what we do.
And we're going to get time. So a meeting on the mound at first between catcher and pitcher. And now why not? Meeting between coach, catcher, and pitcher. But yeah, what we do in the booth is, I read somewhere, simultaneously believing that you're way more important than you are and believing you have no importance at all. So let's find that balance.
If you pick your battles, then you're good. I don't know any other way to put it, but
I believe in it. As we're getting cheered on from the dugout. Tyrus Baumgartner giving us a nice little yeah, Ray.
I didn't get a yeah at him, but that's okay. We'll talk about that after the game.
You had all the time to hang out with them in the locker room before.
That's fair.
You're fine. I think the yeah Adam's just implied.
That's a nice way to put it, Ray. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And again, like we said earlier, they know why they're cheering for me. They're the ones talking. Tyrus getting himself name dropped in the broadcast just because he's yelling names. We got 2 guys up in the Fungo bullpen, a right-hander and a left-hander. Keep an eye on that.
You can hear Marshall say, "Dirtball Reed, be aggressive." With the 4-hitter and a guy like Ian Jenkins, be a lot of balls to spin off into the dirt. See if Stalin get a good jump and take second.
First pitch low. Well, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's always important regardless of who's up, always important to hunt Dirtball Reeds. Kind of you as the guy at first is throughout your shuffle.
And Jenkins sends this one to right center field. Right fielder, that kicks off his glove. And Stalin will pull into second base. The right fielder had read it, got to the spot, and it just kicked right off the glove. A missed opportunity to put 2 away. Jenkins on. And 2 on with 1 out for Joe Haney.
Tough day to be a center fielder at this field, I tell you that. I'm not sure what it is with the lights.
Haney 1 for 2. Drove in a run last time around. Also struck out. Now, you know what this mound meeting means. We're going to get a change in the guard on the mound. So while we get a change on the mound, we're going to take a break here on the Steamers YouTube channel. Steamers have tied it up at 4, have 2 on and only 1 out here at Heritage High School. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Game all knotted up at 4. Steamers have 2 on with 1 out. And Joe Haney coming to bat. As Tristan Persek coming in on the mound, the left-hander, to face the left-handed bat. His first pitch bounces in there. Good block.
Like the aggressiveness by Stalin over there on his toes. If that ball kicked any way to the left or right, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off.
That was just a good block there. Fundamentally sound. Give credit where credit's due to the Fungo. And the 1-0 is outside, 2-0. I don't know how I'm going to go back to watching pitches from an elevated distance. Thoroughly enjoying seeing where these come in.
Makes it feel a little faster too.
Absolutely does. And the 2-0 is also outside, 3-0. It also takes away that veil of confidence. Like, oh yeah, maybe I could hit one. I know I couldn't.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's harder than it looks, especially when you don't know if the off speed's coming or other things like that. I could go all day about that.
Yeah, Haney letting that one go in 3-1 in defense of the hitters by Adam Fine. We'll get you to do a speech at some point.
Oh, I could defend hitters for all 9 innings if I really wanted to.
3-1 is skied down the foul line third base side, and that one's just going to land towards the Fungo bullpen. Left fielder.
Just missing the Bermuda Triangle there.
Yeah, left fielder and third baseman both trying to converge on that one. And you know, well enough, and he could try and hit a similar ball to the last time. That would likely score Stalin once again.
Indeed. I think Jenkins will be stopping at second. No disrespect to Jenkins.
Full count offering. That's one foul back. We'll do it all over again.
Good fight here by Haney. It's a big at-bat.
To Jenkins' credit, he has looked much better running and getting loose before games. He's just trying to recover, and you, someone with a knee injury, understand the process that goes through. Full count offering. It's upstairs. And Joe Haney's walked. Bases loaded. And one away. Jackson Hip coming to bat. And I like the swagger with which he's walking to the plate right here. He seems to have a confidence to him walking to the plate here.
Yeah, I mean, Hip can turn it around real quick. A little bit of a tough night, but he's the one that kind of flipped the script and feel confident, regardless of the outcome in the previous at-bats. And that's, I mean, once again, key of being a hitter.
Corners in. Hip grounding this one slowly. Stalin coming home, and the player's going to collide the throw. First baseman going off his glove. Jenkins coming around from third. He will score. 2 runs coming home on the ball that was softly hit by Jackson Hip. Now runners on the corners and still only one away. The Steamers have a 6-4 lead.
It wasn't pretty, but Jackson Hip gets it done. Finds a way to just put a ball in play and put the pressure on and make something happen.
I'm going into out my extreme Philly background here. Shades of the Carlos Ruiz slow roller hit in Game 3 of the World Series that won the game for the Phillies. If you don't know that play, you can look it up after the game. Except Evan Longoria ended up coming home and flipped the ball over the catcher. First pitch, Pernay is fouled back towards us. 0-1.
I need to address something, though, real quick. That ball that the third baseman made that play on, I have no idea why he would go for that. That ball was seeming to spin foul. And if that spun off foul, it would have been I think it'd be an 0-2 count, correct? And that would have changed the entire complexion of everything, because that was a no play since the ball was super high. And there was no chance of getting hit at first base there.
Also needed some more communication between the pitcher and the third baseman. From my vantage point, at least, that both of them colliding in one another, no one really telling the other what they're doing. And to your point, if they let that go and even if it stays fair, you're not going to get Jenkins coming around third, or at least saving a run, even if you allow one.
Yeah, it's kind of a win-win situation there. And fielding it is a lose-lose. But I guess we're thankful.
Yes, it is. It's a difficult position to be put in, obviously, thinking base load, 1 out, and game tied. We want to try and make the play. So 2-1. Missing 3-1. All
right, where's that 3-1 slider that Pernetti I know is sitting on right here? What did I say? 3-1 slider? I meant fastball.
The 3-1. And therefore strike 3-2.
There was the fastball. Just caught the corner of the zone, though. I'm not surprised. Pernetti to take. He's more of an inside fastball hitter. I was a little up and away. Not as much his forte.
Pernetti with runners on the corners. The 3-2 pitch to him is grounded to the first baseman. Kicks out of the glove. Now Haney coming on home, sliding in safely. And the Steamers lead 7-4.
Haney making it happen. Great awareness. Worked this down angle and just ran. Great. Once he realized the ball was out of the glove, just went for it. No hesitation. And the first baseman was the one that hesitated, and that's why Haney was the one to come out on top.
Joe Haney, maybe the speed runs a little under the radar for him. But made that happen. And the throw being up high, catcher being up high, didn't really help the situation. Him coming in slide head first is Jacob Bishrot coming on the dish.
It's exactly what Marshall McDonald's looking for. Just making it happen, so you're not going to get barrels every time like that by Pernetti. But you put the ball in play, you make things happen, and look what we have here in this inning.
And that's been the storyline in a couple of the tough games for the offense. It's just been the number of strikeouts that pile up throughout games. It's pitch Bishrot, swing and a miss. Early on in the season, that 1-3 start, the losses were marred by games where the team just struck out way too much. Putting the ball in play, contact. I mean, it's a talking point even in Major League Baseball right now with strike cut rates on the rise, the way baseball is played. You can make things happen as Bishrot sends this one in the air to right field. Right fielder going back, making the catch. And tagging from second is Hip. He'll get into third. Runners on the corners now with 2 away.
That sounded pretty good off the bat from Bishrot right there. I wouldn't be surprised if that sneaks out over there at historic Hicks Field.
Oh, yeah. Well, 325 to the right field pole here. Only 298 to the right field pole of historic Hicks. I think you might have a point there. I think Bishop might be upset that this is the first road game in a week. As Hama up to bat. First pitch has a little tail to it. Out of the zone, 1-0. Pitch, I'm swinging and missing. 1-1.
Tough pitch on the inside corner there. Hama not quite quick enough.
Every part of Hip's game is aggressive. So I would not be surprised if you see with 2 outs here and the ball kick away from the catcher. He tries to make something happen.
Yeah, he's
2-1.
definitely looking for something, staying on his toes.
I'm ahead in the count. And this one bounces. It'll be blocked, 3-1.
Well, we batted around this inning, so regardless of what happens here, I'd say it's a success.
You love when everyone gets a chance to bat.
Very democratic, as the great Kevin Costner would say.
And that 3-1 misses. Hama loading up the bases. And that will bring up Chase Bruno. And now we have coach coming out to talk. Another meeting on the mound. This inning has unfolded rapidly for the Fungo. And this is the one big inning this offense needed. A couple of games where just couldn't get those big hits. After a stretch at home where they had done 3 games, dating back to the game against Tarboro, the Stars, and the first game against Greenbrier. That one on Saturday night where they had scored 31 in 3 games at home, and then the last 3 games at home, only putting 8 runs on the scoreboard. It's a bit of a swing back to the team they were at home previously. As this pitch, Bruno grounding. Shortstop off his glove. And Hip's going to score. Everybody's safe.
Once again, you hit balls hard. You never know. You make things happen.
And it is now 8-4 in favor of the Clams. And Hunter Cole coming to the dish. Cole already did a bit of damage.
Yeah, he's had a nice inning, I'd say, so far.
First pitch to him, in there for a strike.
Felt like an hour ago, but he has put one over the right center wall this inning.
And the 0-1. Skies this one, left center field. Left fielder coming on. And will make the catch. And that will wrap up the inning, but not before the Steamers put a 5 spot on the board. Take the lead over the Fungo as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here at Heritage High School.
Let's do it.
With the Clams back on top. We'll be right back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Sam Duncan into pitch for the Steamers. Before we get to that, we'd like to let you know that fans, summer starting, and you know what that means. Graduation parties and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac Buick GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. As I mentioned, Sam Duncan, the right-hander from Brown, into pitch. And we have Rufus Hurdle and his first chance to bat in place of Will Gramble. Duncan, 7th appearance of the summer. So that pitch across for a strike, 5 2/3. Struck out 11.
Sam Duncan's got a lot of maturity for a freshman. They're up on the mound. The older guys on the team really give him praise in that regard.
And he had a tough first go of it. Since then, he's been really, really solid out of this bullpen. And you mentioned that. Great maturity. Also, my roommate.
Oh.
He, Jackson Hip, and I all.
So you should take credit for that, partially.
I can't take credit
Okay.
for it. I got he's a religious worker. He is
Yes.
incredibly focused in what he does, and it's like on a clock too.
No, it's pretty amazing. His workout regimen. That was a ridiculous changeup.
That one just misses.
That had some serious movement to it. I'd be swinging right over the top of that.
Yeah.
But he's got a serious workout routine. He does cupping. He's in the training room all the time. He's taking care of his body, and it sure pays dividends.
And pays dividends right there. Swing and a miss, struck him out, one away. And it is a routine because I can tell when I wake up in the morning, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have the greatest routine in the morning, but I come downstairs and I can tell what time it is because whether or not Sam Duncan's car is in the back lot or whether or not he is making himself breakfast, all depends on what time of the morning it is. He gets in there early. It's this pitch, bunted, foul. 0-1. As Daniel Stevens up to bat. 0 for 2.
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh, but the chirp, as we call it, from the dugout was a sword, that comes from when you make a silly swing or the pitcher makes you look silly, but in that case, that was a bunt that made him look silly because that changeup just had some nasty movement.
0-2. Duncan looking locked in. I guess he was at the field today around 10:30, I believe, getting his workout in, running. He uses the entire field to get his workout in. The 0-2 now, foul tip, and he struck him out, 2 away. But that wasn't the first time I saw him. Saw him at the coffee house this morning. His mom, his grandmother, both in town, catching a couple games, headed out of town today. So we hope they're tuned in and watching as he strikes out 2 to start this inning. I believe he got a smoothie. I'm not sure.
Oh, man, I love smoothies. What do you got, strawberry banana guy?
I'm a mango guy, actually. This is
Okay.
pitch up high, 1-0.
I don't know if I can get behind that, but
Okay, well,
maybe
maybe
my
you have no
top 3?
taste. Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry.
I'll throw a little peanut butter in there, too. I don't know.
1-0. 2-0.
I tell you what, if Sam Duncan is getting a smoothie, he's adding some protein of some sort
Oh, yeah.
in that.
He and Jackson hit both protein shake guys.
I mean, you have to be at this point.
Well, yeah. It's notable to me because anyone who's ever seen me before knows I'm not a protein shake guy.
But that's all right.
Yesterday, one of our wonderful other interns, the director of group sales, McCray Knapp, got me coffee before the game, one of those cold brew coffees, and it had protein added on the bottom, and that was about the most protein I think I've had in the last week. 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1.
Just like for dinner, you're not having like a nice chicken and pasta or steak.
Oh, yeah,
or
I'm having that, but like I'm not intentionally having protein. I'm
I hear
seeking
you,
out
I hear
flavor over protein.
I'm sorry, I can talk about protein for as long as this game continues.
Thomas Fox 0 for 2 with a walk, and he's fouled this one, even the count up at 2. Nah, you could go on protein all night. I have nothing for you.
Well, that's why I'm here. I can educate you.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Appreciate that. By the end of the summer, I guess I'll be ripped.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know how we're called PB&J? Got a lot of protein in PB&J.
There you go.
Another
2
pregame
fouled
meal.
off. Yeah. My lunch was just peanut butter, actually. It was a peanut butter sandwich.
Wait, so you have a peanut butter sandwich, but no jelly?
I was moving quickly. It was a rapid pace thing.
Okay, I don't understand how any human being can do that, but we'll just move on.
All right. Duncan's 2-2. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. Peel down. He struck him out. Duncan strikes out the side. In the bottom of the 7th inning, we head to the 8th with the Steamers on top, 8-4. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Steamers coming to bat. Before we get there, is your kid a fan of the Clan? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit edentonsteamers.com and download a registration form today. Anthony Stalin leading off this 8th inning.
Nice little stat day for Anthony Stalin, boosting up that average.
He is 4 for 4, 3 doubles.
I bet that baseball is looking a lot like a beach ball instead for Stalin tonight.
I would imagine so. I mean, and when he gets going, that's what you can come to expect. He had a nice stretch of a couple games. He chops this one slowly, first base side, bouncing foul. 1-1.
Speaking of beach balls, I mean, I'm trying to go to the beach. I don't know about you.
Well, you have an off day tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I know you just got back to town. Might be a little off on your schedule, but you have an off day tomorrow. Sunday as well, July 4th.
Ooh, I feel like the Sunday would be a good day.
Going to be traffic, though. It's July 4th.
A little traffic never hurt nobody.
All right, well. 1-1 from Stalin. Line down the right field line. That one lands in fair and heading toward the corner. Stalin around first. He's headed to second. And a slow up there. That's his 4th double of the ball game.
I don't remember the last time I've seen someone go 5-4-5 and 4 of them being doubles. I'm truly in awe right now.
Well, nights like this is how you hit 400 for a season.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a nice 100 points to his batting average right here. Went down the right field line, went in the right center gap, went in the left center gap, went down the left field line, and then a nice line drive to left.
Powered all fields is, I believe, how the scouts would describe that.
My goodness.
It's the first pitch here, 1-0.
Jenkins threw Stalen's back kind of with some force over there back to the dugout, and a lot of guys were like, man, what are you doing? We got to treat that thing like it's like it's glass.
1-0 is chopped back to the pitcher, and that is still in his glove. He throws to first. I think he thought he lost it. Gets the out, moves Stalen over to third.
Got the job done. Moving him over for Mr. Haney.
Joe Haney has already driven in Stalen. So let's see if he can do it one more time. I think he would appreciate that. There's a bloop to the left field line that landed in, as you've described, the Bermuda Triangle.
No man's land, Bermuda Triangle, whatever you want to call it.
Brought home Stalen after Stalen had doubled for the third time. And this one flown to left field. Left fielder going back to the track, and this one's going to land right in front of the wall. Stalen's going to trot on home. Haney's going to trot on into second base. That's a double for Joe Haney. The Steamers add another run to their lead. It's 9-4.
And that's exactly what you have to do there. Infield in, look for something to elevate, and then just let it fly, and that's what Joe Haney did. Even better than a sac fly.
That one just had carry to it. You know, I didn't think off the bat that it was going as far as it did. It just kept moving.
Yeah, I was waiting for the left fielder to run into the fence there, but got a big field, and Haney takes advantage of it.
Jackson Hip up to bat. 1 for 4, and the first pitch is popped into the air. That one
come to us.
Looking right towards us, and that will be caught. A sliding grab from the catcher coming into foul territory, and now throwing it back into play.
For a second, I thought that was going to be us having to make a play.
Right, we had talked earlier in the broadcast about the small window of possibility of a ball hitting us, and I'm going to be honest with you, I stopped paying attention to the game and started paying attention to how the equipment could be saved. I know one person.
That would have been all you. You would have to make the play there.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm well aware that one comes to me. I've got the more mobility right now, the two of us. I know one person appreciates me thinking that way, and that's our GM, Tyler Russell, watch back at home. I'm sure this soundboard, the camera, and especially my computer, not something we want to have to replace.
Yeah, definitely. And then we would, I mean, the broadcast would be over. That would be no fun.
No. How would you know what happened in the end?
Exactly.
Well,
you could read the post-game report by yours truly, Ray Dunn. I beat you to it, didn't I?
Yeah, you read my mind right there.
Always a nice read by Ray.
Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Josh Pernetti had 2-0. The pitch to him. Ground. Softly over to first. That one will go foul. And they're going to say that Pernetti's out, so there was no call made. And then there was a call made. And that's going to end the inning as discussion will ensue. And that will end the top of the 8th inning. 3 away. Steamers add 1 to the score. It's now 9-4 with the Fungo coming about in the bottom half when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Tyrus Baumgartner will be on the mound for this bottom of the 8th inning. And before we get there, well, we are just 1 inning away. And that means that it's time to talk about Venture Tours once again. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85, and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. These Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2021 season. Baumgartner getting set. And Adam, we've had you coming over some stats. What do you got for us?
Well, the one that sticks out is the 5 doubles tonight, and 4 of them being accounted for by Mr. Stalin over there at shortstop. Joe Haney with the other one.
Haney bringing home Stalin with that doubles.
Trading places. And then we
Great
have,
show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still reading it over, but not many strikeouts tonight, and that has been the key. We saw with Bruno putting the ball in play, getting RBI, making things happen for Nettie. Hard ground ball to first earlier, making things happen in the 6th inning. And, the 7th. And that has been the story because that's what got the Steamers the lead to begin with.
Ground ball to third. Hama thrown over to first. Pernetti hanging on to the bag, 1 away. Hoffman retired by Baumgartner, the right-hander from West Virginia State, appearing in his 5th game. He's gone 3 in the 3rd thus far. 0-1 on the season. Yes. Struck out 7 and has 3 and a 3rd.
And so we have 6 strikeouts for the Steamers bats tonight, and we haven't had a strikeout since the 5th inning.
There you go.
And that has been the story.
Story and stats. Love it, Adam. Thank you very much. That one inside 1-0.
Brought to you by Westover. Just kidding, that wasn't a real sponsorship. I just came up with that on the fly.
Tristan Marsh up to bat and lines this one through the hole, a base hit. 1 out base runner for the Fungo. As Steamers have been on quite a stretch there pitching between Bates and Duncan. They had retired 12 straight before that 1 out base hit. Now Hogan Stallings, who got the scoring start all the way back that bottom of the 1st inning with 2-run home run, now coming to the dish. Baumgartner's first pitch. This one going to kick by Bistrot, and runner will move on to second base. 1-0.
Back to your point about the last 12 being retired before the last base hit. 9 of those strikeouts. Brought to you by Cole Bates and Sam Duncan.
And there's 2 guys who can rack up strikeouts. Another one that can rack up strikeouts on the mound right now, Tyrus Baumgartner. He's recorded 10 outs this summer. 7 of them have been strikeouts. So
yes. Also, great presence in the dugout as a trash talker. I wouldn't even say trash talk. How about more just, enthusiasm?
Enthusiasm.
That's the word.
Loud talker.
Yeah. He's Daniel Brandon's biggest supporter. And, regardless of what's coming out of his mouth.
2-0 outside, 3-0. Comes from growing up with the guy.
That'll do it.
To same hometown, West Virginia. Played together in Little League. Now playing together in college. 3-0. In there for a strike. Stallings not a fan of that one, thinking it was down low.
Sometimes when it's a 3-0 count, the zone expands a little too much. Like that might have happened there for Stallings.
Baumgartner looking back at second, and I've got a point for you after this pitch. It's a 3-1. Upstairs. Puts him on base. 2 on with 1 out, and it's funny you mentioned that. I said it last night on the broadcast. I know you were tuned in. I'm reading a great book right now by Keith Law. It's called Inside Games, about baseball, psychology, some biases, and just different decision-making processes in baseball. One of them goes into umpiring and how umpiring is a human element, and the human element leads to certain biases, errors. And it was interesting. A statistical study was done on 3-0 pitches. The first pitch is lined foul down the left field line. 0-1, as this is Caleb Fluno, the first baseman. A statistical study done, more likely to get a strike on a 3-0 pitch. And when you look at the actual area of a strike zone on 3-0, it is expanded. So there's actually scientific proof behind it. If you want to nerd out about that type of stuff, which Keith Law absolutely does. And second great book of his on baseball, and the first one was a lot of data. This one's a lot more about psychology and the human decision-making processes that go on in baseball, front offices, umpires, managers, players.
Well, I'm not a big reader, but
Yeah.
I'll let you handle that aspect.
Yeah, listen,
But I appreciate the knowledge.
1 up and in, 1-1, and yeah, every once in a while I can nerd out on something and get into a book.
Now, the next part I want to know about that stat is the percentages of off-speed and fastballs in that count.
I don't think that was not in there because it was a whole thing on. It's one of the biases. It's a swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Oh, didn't have. Is he taking a long walk around there, focusing in? But yes, I will be sure to find some more numbers on you there. Trying to read a chapter as we go on these road trips.
Well, you can't have all the information now. We got a lot of games coming up together, so.
This one ground foul towards the Steamers dugout. A couple of players sitting on. Looks like
that should be like an 8th inning thing, you know, like a recap of a chapter of the book.
Ray's Book Club. Reading with Ray.
Reading with Ray in the 8th inning. Hey, listen, that's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, I'm in. Count me in. That means I have to read more though. So 1-2. Just missing. 2-2, and again, I mentioned that foul ball is going over there. I want to say it's like a carp. That's not a tarp over there they're sitting on.
I think it's a hitting mat. Hitting layup for BP.
Hitting mat over there. There you go.
See Mustang, I think, over there.
And that ground ball that went foul went right over near Mustang. I was a little concerned for him. It's the 2-2.
He seems to be laughing it off. Loves to
Inside.
talk, that guy.
3-2. You're going to get yourself in trouble again.
Yeah, last time I was in the broadcast booth, Mustang hit a triple down the right field line, and I got on his case a little too much, I think, about how he would be the last guy to hit a triple. And he gave me some guff about that, and then even messed with me when he was in the broadcast booth. So there's a little bit of bad blood, you know, a little passive-aggressive tone between me and him in the clubhouse, but I think it'll smooth over.
Well, Fluno is walked, loading the bases. And now Brett Folk going to come out and meet with Tyrus Baumgartner as Pete Maldonado is coming up to bat. And Blake Gibson going to come into your screen here to deliver a baseball.
Shout out, Blake.
Blake got some work last night. A good stretch for him. Coming in relief of Chris Bueller against the Pilots. Right-hander from University of Mount Olive, and today giving me advice on what to order from specific fast food chains that are South United States specific, the Cookouts, Bojangles, Zaxby's of the world.
Okay.
He said I ordered correctly at Bojangles my first time, so I was very happy about that.
There's a correct order?
Well, to him.
Okay.
It was the Cajun filet biscuit with the Bowberry biscuit, I guess.
Okay.
And I got both, and I was very much satisfied. So I knew that I did the right thing, but he confirmed it for me. That made me feel a lot better. Back to the baseball now. Baumgartner's first pitch, a swing and a miss. 0-1.
Right, your favorite. There you go. Brett Folk, the mastermind.
I think I have an idea of the way that conversation went. Just go be a dog out there. You can blow up by hitters, attack the zone, be aggressive, pitch with some confidence.
Look at you. If Brett gets thrown out again, you should head out there.
This one flowing to left field. Joe Haney going to make the grab. Runner tagging from third. The throw will make it to Stalin, and the Fungo put a run on the board. But cutting into this lead, Steamers still holding a 9-5 advantage with 2 outs now in this 8th inning. But yes, if Brett Folk does get thrown out and they want me to come down there, I'm sure I could fire up a few speeches. As Eli Meredith at the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Bumgarner's first pitch, and therefore strike 0-1. Brett Folk yelling, "Don't let up." I think that's, again,
Is that what you would have said?
not the exact wording. I think also probably wasn't the exact wording that he's yelling it. Is that one missing somewhere? One. Bumgarner's pitch. That one's high. 2-1. It is nice being on field level. You do get to hear every bit of the game of baseball. Sometimes up in the press box, a little insulated on sound, which is nice for the broadcast quality and the quality of our voices, but you are a little bit detached.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take anything to not have a fence in front of the view.
Yeah, that too. 2-2 now. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count.
But I have cracked a smile a few times at some of the funny things that are said out in the dugout.
It's a nice adjustment for you to go from dugout to broadcast booth. You know, this first game for you as time called here from Meredith. Meredith entered the game as a pinch runner, and the pitch to him. In there for a called third strike. Bumgarner sets him down, strands 2 on the base paths. Steamers holding a 9-5 lead. We're ahead to the 9th inning here at Heritage High School, and we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Steamers leading 9-5. We head to the 9th inning. We got one more advertiser for you, and it is the most explosive of all here. The Edenton Steamers are the greatest show in town. How can we make that any better? Throw in some fireworks. We have 2 more fireworks shows scheduled for this summer. You can catch these shows on Friday, July 2nd. You know when that is?
That is Friday.
That is 2 days from now.
2 days from now.
Going to be an electric night at the ballpark. The next game for the Steamers, Friday, July 2nd. There's a fireworks show afterwards. Be sure to be at Historic Hicksfield that night. Another fireworks show Wednesday, July 28th. Mark your calendars, people. We want to see you at the ballpark. I'm excited for Friday's game. Obviously, there's some business to take care of and wrap it up here in this 9th inning, but I'm ready for Friday. As Bisharod grounds this one to second on the first pitch. He is set down, 1 away.
I mean, we have an off day on Thursday for a reason. Get your minds right, get your bodies right for Friday.
And now Ryan K.
A.K.A. Dude.
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 And there you go. There's your first come on dude from the dugout, K.
It's funny, we can't call anyone dude and, you know, just casually in the clubhouse anymore. because then
He just turns around.
Ryan K turns around and is like, did you need me for something?
Yeah.
We're like, no, Ryan. A little bit of a space cadet, as I said last time.
Yes, they got on me for that one. Ran into the MEC boys, K included in that, Baumgartner, Daniel Brandon, Anthony Stalin, and they're wondering. They're saying, saying that K's a space cadet. I was like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't put the words in my mouth.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, it's Adam Fine that you guys got to talk to.
That's why I left, so you can let that marinate for a little bit.
1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1.
So far, I've said nice things about everyone except maybe Mustang and Ryan K.
1-1-2. He swings and misses that one. That'll come right to us at the fence. 1-2. And Chase Bruno looking like he was going to make the hustle play to come over and get that ball and get some screen time. Not to be. Now the 1-2 to K, and he throws this one to left field. Left fielder coming on to make the sliding grab, and there are 2 away.
Nice swing by K there on the 2-strike curveball. Kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought he was at least going to get one down for a base knock, not to be. That's Chase Bruno coming to bat. Bruno has had quite the number of opportunities to the dish. 6 times now. First pitch. This one skips back and literally hits right in front of us on the fence. I mean, that one could not get any close. Hunter Cole. Not camera savvy on that one. Wasn't able to get himself into the picture, but he did make his presence known with his voice. We'll work on that. 2-0. Might have to recommend that when he's off these be the media day, media training day, how to maximize your time in front of the camera.
I mean, listen, Ray, he's too busy hitting home runs.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Well, you see, we got to find something to dog him on because everything on the field really.
Exactly. That's a great point.
It's been seamless. 2-1.
We got to keep him. We got to keep him level-headed.
Exactly.
In this time of that he's playing well in the field.
2-1. 3-1, and I'd imagine if there was a player of the month for the Premier Collegiate League Eastern Division, he'd have to be near the top of the list of that one.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Pretty special season so far.
3-1. Bruno head on down to first, a 2-out walk. That will bring up Hunter Cole one more time. Hunter Cole, a home run. Other than that, he is 1 of 5, but the long fly is the exclamation point there.
Big spot in the game, too, for that home run.
Or 1 for 4, excuse me, with the walk. As he chops this one foul towards the dugout. That one bouncing into the net. Bruno about 3 steps off of first pitch. Breaking ball low, 1-1. Anthony Stalin waiting on deck as Cole shoots this one the other way. That's a base hit. 2 on with 2 out. Anthony Stalin, perfect at the dish thus far. Coming to bat.
I mean, this has got to be a steamer record if you were to find a hit here. We need to look up the archives there. Most hits in a single game by a steamer.
All right, Adam, you carry the action here. I gotta consult my Bible of steamer stats. It's in there for a strike, 0-1.
Smart pitch there to Stalin. If you get a hit five times in 5 tries tonight, you're almost bound to get a first pitch curveball.
Yeah, we don't have hits in a game. So I would imagine 6 is right up there with the record. I mean, we have hits in a season, which Joey Wendell, the overwhelming winner in that one, 81.
My, oh my.
Had a 21-game hitting streak. Yeah, well, there's a reason why you're watching him in the bigs now.
Yeah, those guys are just different.
1-1. Ground ball to second. Short play to second base. and that will end the inning. Still a storybook night for him. 5 for 6. Take that one.
I'll take it.
Heading to the bottom of the 9th inning, Steamers leading 9-5 over the Fungo, looking to close them out, move to 500 on the road, even 3-3, and get above 500 once again on the season. We'll be back from Heritage High School on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Welcome back to Heritage High School. Steamers leading 9-5 over the Wake Forest Fungo. Fungo coming to bat. Last chance for him in this bottom of the 9th inning. Steamers bringing on Anthony Stalin. Casey Hare coming into the game. There's Hare going to man second base.
Well,
Bruno.
Ray, just when you thought Anthony Stalin couldn't do any more tonight,
Right.
here he is on the mound.
Of course. Mr. Do-It-All. Rufus Hurdle up to bat. Stalin also the last pitcher on this team not to allow an earned run. First pitch in there for a strike.
Man, we're going to need to find something to make fun of Stalin for because he's doing pretty much everything else right.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll think about that on the 2-hour ride home. 0-1. Missing.
Yep.
1-1.
I'll talk to the guys. I'll dig up some dirt. And
Yeah.
We'll see what we have for Friday
If
night.
you're from Concord University and you're watching this, give us something.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
The 1-1 from Stalin. Chop softly third. Hama coming up. Thrown over. Now it's actually Haney over at third base. And the throw high, pulling Pernetti off. Leadoff man aboard.
Probably still would have been a hit regardless. Tough play for Haney there. If that throw was on
Yes.
the money, I still think Hurdle was safe over there at first.
Yeah, so we got the changes. Haney coming in at third. As Hama was lifted, Ryan Kay came to bat. So that's on me. Now Ryan Kay is in left field. So that's your defensive changes. Stalin's first pitch here is in for a strike. 0-1. Daniel Stevens, the shortstop, 0-for-3 so far. And the 0-1. Ground ball to second. Hare tossing over to Bruno. Bruno to first, a double play. And a facelift of the inning from one runner on and nobody out to 2 outs real quick.
Bruno with the hands over there at short, making it look so easy. And I'll shout out Casey here too. That was a nice flip over there, second base.
He's your bus buddy, correct? You guys sit together on the
yes.
bus?
Yep.
He was happy to see you back?
Oh yes, for sure. He definitely was. He was getting a little lonely on the bus these past couple games.
Salem's pitch in there for a strike. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are hanging out on the bus again together. It's Thomas Fox up to bat. 0 for 3 with a walk.
Fox has the hat trick tonight with 3 Ks. Fourth would be we call the golden sombrero. That's when you have 4 strikeouts in one game.
Sails 1-1. Line to right field. Cole going back, and he makes the grab. The Steamers win this one 9-5, back above 500, 8-7 on the season. Even more importantly on the wide scope, Marshall McDonald's 100th career win in summer collegiate ball as the Steamers take this intra-division game over the Wake Forest Fungo. They fell behind early, able to battle back, and a big inning for them in that 7th inning sparked everything they needed. 5 runs put them ahead at that point, 8-4. Trading runs with the Fungo late, end up winning this game 9-5. They'll head over for the off day tomorrow, head home. Venture bus taking us home. And then Friday night, it's the Greenbrier Knights coming to town. For Adam Fine, I'm Ray Dunn. Clams claim victory, 9-5 over the Fungo. We thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the post-game report coming in a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside to the post-game report. We've got a special one for you. The head man, Marshall McDonald, picking up his 100th career summer collegiate baseball coaching win. And Marsh, you picked it up on the road here, a place you played actually in your first year of coaching, where you guys were. What was it like tonight to grab that win, and what's the feeling for you? You know, you've come a long way in 5 years of being a head man coaching in summer ball.
Well, it was good to get back on the winning train. You know, we've been waiting on this for the past couple nights, but it was a good all-around team win, and it's kind of cool. You know, you think back and think of all the teams and all the guys you've coached, and it seems like it's been a while, but at the same time, it seems like it's been pretty quick. And just all the guys that work with me, and, you know, actually, fun fact, Brett Folk has been there for every single one of the games, either as a player or a coach. So just having somebody like that around is pretty cool. So, I mean, it's a slight honor, but it's pretty cool to think about for sure.
Absolutely. And now looking at this game and this team getting back in the wing weight, back over 500. The bats came alive. You guys, a lot of contact tonight. You've been emphasizing that, you know, cutting down on those strikeouts. What are you expecting from these bats going forward to building on a night like tonight?
Just more of that, you know. When you get runners on and put the ball in play, things can happen better than just striking out all the time when it seems like the bases are loaded. And, you know, you get some balls in play and they kick a few around, and then you hit a ball in the gap or a homer to clear the bases, and pretty soon you're in a good spot. So it was good to see. Hopefully we can keep it going. An
off day tomorrow, but you mentioned the guys in the huddle. Huge game Friday night. Big crowd, big event, fireworks, the whole spectacle. What's your mindset going into that one?
It's going to be a big game against a division opponent. You know, we got Clark Dearman, who's been one of our most steady arms on the mound, and we're looking forward to getting another win at historic Hicks Field.
And I do want to cycle back to your 100th win one more time. You gave some perspective on that. And just once again, drive home the point. I mean, 5 years, you've been a head man, 6 years in summer collegiate ball to get to this point, and especially with the Steamers, where you seem to have really found a home in Edenton, get a chance to get that 100th win as their coach. What does it mean to you?
It means a whole lot. You know, I bounced around a bit early trying to find the home, and went to some great places, met some great people. But to do it in Edenton, in a town and an organization that really cares for the guys and cares for me and the whole staff, it's really special. And this definitely won't be the last, and we look forward to bringing a lot more wins to Edenton and hopefully a championship.
Well, thank you so much, Marshall. We appreciate having you on. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more. Marshall matters to come in later this week. But as for right now, the Steamers win this one 9-5. This has been your post-game report. For Adam Fine, who joined me in the booth, I'm Ray Dunn, and for the head man, Marshall McDonald, we hope to talk to you real